with Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, preparing in his head all the things he's wanted to be said. 90 minutes for Phil to fill with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and shill. The stream's online and straight away begins to wane, but all is fine as long as chat's with 9 and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to enjoy, fresh when you're, but I feel sure he ran through to feel so insecure. The money earned from yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always set to stay on. His supports is also slow and stays so low and fails to grow. You never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Most things over across the board we charge toward because the score can't be ignored. Just how much DSP makes us all feel so bored. To help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch it treat, we play bingo while Phil will bitch on why is she but also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across our screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals our soul machine. He's Norton burping leaning ban. It matters not if Andrew fan his chatters can't see if others make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and slaps his leg before launching into a bike, pretending there for bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of Clawless Cat and fatty wife and all his strife while forgetting that tits done well and they were right. With drama he will react, but as an actor it's a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. 3 streams nearly over and a win is in sight, with little white despite Phil's delight that tits were not light. We'll say alright, it is okay, and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tits will help from being off the other day, and with those words we win again. It's never if but always when the game is won, and thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here, and welcome back to DSP Bingo for what is today, Tuesday the 14th of April 2026. I do hope you're all doing very well indeed, and hope you're enjoying your day and your week so far. I'll just fix this fucking YouTube chat on the fucking... I mean, I don't know why it does this. The chat doesn't want to scroll down on the screen. But there we go, I gotta sort of do this damn YouTube chat on the screen being all funky and weird. But there we go. I do hope you're all doing very well indeed. Hope you're enjoying your day and week so far. There is no sign yet of the bad man whatsoever. The only presence that exists on his YouTube chat is somebody that came along hours ago called Tony Chopper saying DSP smells like cheese. Now personally that offends me because I really like cheese. And I think that is unfair to cheese to compare Phil to cheese. I mean, there are a whole lot worse things to say that Phil smells like, which is just absolutely horrible if it can smell. You know what I mean? Cheese is lovely. Cheese is delightful. Cheese is like, I devour cheese. Give me all the cheeses. But yeah, saying DSP smells like cheese offends me as a cheese lover. But there we go. But yeah, also, but yeah, no sign of bad man yet whatsoever. He'll turn up whenever he fucking wants to turn up, you know, we'll fucking see whatever happens with that. We don't actually have a huge amount to cover from the day's antics, you know what I mean? Phil hit the goal in the day stream, I believe, and the night stream he didn't hit the goal. So yeah, the night stream was unsuccessful for him, you know, and he tried to stall as long as he could playing Retro Rewind and waiting for last second contributions and it wasn't coming, so yeah, he still had like $130 odd dollars, though. Yeah, I mean, it was okay. I mean, it done pretty well for him in the grand scheme of things. He'd probably describe it as, it was okay, it wasn't great. You know, because that's the fucking type of fucking cunt he is. But there we go. Anyway, as I had not a lot to cover before Phil starts bingo, this Meow Block was having fun. Meow Block was having a ton of fun on the good old Twitter with these images here. Obviously, the images itself was a bit of a meme, but also he puts his own face in it, you know. So yeah, most of this wasn't a Meow Block original. The face is, and the words are. Everything else has been taken from like a meme. You know, they don't know my mom wife isn't fat. Is that the guy with that wife? Is he ordering DoorDash? But he done one better though. He done one better. He then went and fucking made this. I see Wario. I see stuff in the background. I'm jumping on a platform now. Is he narrating Virtual Boy? Yeah, I think he's special. Who invited the retard? So there we go. Good stuff indeed. And so there we go. Me Albok having tons of fucking fun at Phil's expense. Good stuff indeed. Well, other than that, no, Phil has a couple. I mean, Phil had a very ranty. It was a strange day for Phil yesterday. We managed to bail before Phil had some ridiculous rants and all that shit. But we do actually get to we get to have, you know, there's a Memoji compilation covering it, and a Stop Your compilation as well, which covers some more things that happened yesterday. So there we go. And we also have a clip from the night stream that Phil is kind of going back in his word about marathons, but I'll address that when we get to it. But there we go. Before we continue, Baron's in the chat today. So I can happily say I got an email from the Baron Baron got in touch with me, and Baron has, I assume, I assume Baron's seen the response to my email, giving them the code that MethBear kindly provided for Crimson Desert docs. So there we go. So yeah, I mean, so Baron also won, very kind of MethBear to offer to give away Crimson Desert docs, and so yeah, it was kind of funny. Like, Baron emailed saying I don't want to email too early because I know it's late for you. And I was like, emails don't wake me up. Like, you can email whatever you want. I'm not going to get disturbed by an email. I'm not going to wake up at 3 AM thinking, who the fuck's that email in my fucking inbox? So it's okay though. So hopefully Baron got the game code sorted okay, and hopefully he's enjoying Crimson Desert, courtesy of MethBear's kindness. So there we go, good stuff indeed. So yeah, well done to Baron. And also it's nice to see Damien as well in the chat as well. Damien, who did own the Full House ticket, who then asked me to offer it to chat, made it to bingo today. So even though Sideways Welshman has Damien's Full House ticket, I think as long as Damien's here, he also gets to fucking declare a Full House if he wants to. Basically, Sideways Welshman and Damien both have power to declare full houses if they feel the need to. Because why not? Because technically, Sideways Welshman has, you know, Damien's ticket, but fuck it, you know, why? I mean, they might as well just, it's Takeout's ticket in the first place, he can declare it. But okay, that's also if we feel the need to declare a fucking full house from the bad man being all bad. So there we go. So yeah, so there we go. Anyway, but we have some things to cover from yesterday. I've not seen this yet. I have seen snippets, I've seen little clips here and there, but I've not seen the full compilation. But Phil goes into a big massive meltdown over the Incatization video of him declaring that Phil cheated playing Demon Souls 2 doing the dupe glitch, you know? And Phil, rather than just Phil confessing to this, like all the evidence should point him to do, he doubles down, claims he didn't do it, and then he says, why the fuck should anyone care, even if he did, because it was so long ago. And all that shit. But yeah, let's just see how fucking unhinged Phil got yesterday when people kept bringing up the Demon's Souls fucking duplication glitch thing.
I love it, and you know, it's that stuff's positive, and there's other stuff that's positive behind the scenes, but the fact that I might lose my fucking house over something that I have nothing whatsoever control over or to do with, that's the worst feeling. Oh, I've heard about this. Family Style Design did a $2 super chat. He says there's a documentary exposing you for cheating in Demon Souls.
So this is the first part of it, okay? But it continues the following day. We've seen this bit already, okay? We've seen this already, this bit, okay? This was one day before, when he's playing Dragon Quest. But it continues on. It continues on towards the following day, where he has another massive meltdown over it. This, during the previous day, it had some sort of mini meltdown, where he tried to fucking claim, just because somebody kinda proved they did it, doesn't mean they did prove it.
The funny part is, I didn't cheat in Demon Souls. So this guy made an entire documentary that's completely fucking false. Everything that he says, and he said, oh, he cheated. I didn't cheat. To this day, I still don't know about this dupe glitch you guys keep telling me about. I don't know about it or how to do it. I wouldn't have done that. Like, why would I have dupe glitched? So, I didn't do it. I just tell you right now, like, it's funny because people say shit all the time these days about stuff I am not aware of and I have no knowledge of. And they just say it like it's fact. Oh, yeah, Phil did this. Phil's doing that. I have no knowledge of a dupe glitch in Demon Souls. I don't know how to do it. I didn't do it in the playthrough. I didn't. So, I don't care what the documentary says. The guy's a fucking idiot. He wasted all that time making a farcical documentary, and there's no way he can prove anything because it didn't happen. You see?
So basically, the video goes into not only historical evidence of Phil's bullshit and deceitful fucking rhetoric, but it also proves fundamentally using just math and just, you know, okay, it's basically it's like some people are calling it a very artistic video for a good, you know, but in a positive way, because the amount of detail the video goes into to fucking prove that Phil very likely cheated and did this. it's like beyond a shadow of any fucking doubt that Phil cheated playing the game. With all the with everything fucking laid out, including all the fucking like the mathematical impossibilities of everything, you know, it's all laid out. But Phil's like, everything's fake.
Dude, I mean, like, well, why don't you? I don't have to disprove anything. It didn't happen. There's no way they could prove that it happened because it didn't. It's factually wrong. So I don't care. Phil's a jerk. Phil doesn't listen to his criticism. That's why he fails. He shits on everyone. He hates on everyone. He bans everyone from his streams. He's a beggar. He's a scammer. Bubba the Bubba says, well, they kind of do prove it. No, you just said it. They kinda, right? Kinda. No, that means they didn't prove it. That means what they do is they do what everyone on the internet does. They present an insane amount of circumstantial nonsense like, well, it's insanely unlikely, or it's insanely likely, or this or that. It doesn't mean you proved anything. It just means you presented a case that could be a possibility. It doesn't mean it's true. And in this case, it's not.
But couldn't that be said about literally anything on the planet with Phil's logic? Because is it ever possible to 100% ever prove anything? Or is there always room for a fucking chance at being wrong? Even though it is extremely mathematically unlikely to be the case. You know, using Phil's logic, you know that there could fucking be a fucking strange race of fucking, you know, creatures living in the center of the earth. You know, like, or whatever, or it could be fucking, you know, or a moon could fucking be made of like fucking cheese or whatever, you know. Using Phil's logic, you know.
I didn't do glitch in that game. I don't know how to do glitch in the game. It doesn't matter what they said, they're lying.
Yes, the moon made of cheese was a Wallace Gromit reference, but it's a good reference.
Family Style Lasagna did a $2 super chat. He says, the video has more views in a week than your channel in 2026. Yeah, but it's a video on YouTube. It's a monetized video on YouTube. It's very limited in what it can make for income. Trust me, I make more than this guy in a month, probably, than he'll make on that video. This is great. Darkside Beg says, imagine being 42 and begging for money online. Imagine being a no-life, completely anonymous loser sitting online, being jealous of someone who's successful online because you're not. Imagine that. Who's in the lesser position there exactly? The person who's successful and making money in content, or the person who's sitting at home with sour grapes because you're a loser? And it doesn't matter what people watch because they're idiots. I'm telling you, anyone who watches that video and believes it is an idiot, because it has to be circumstantial nonsense that's not proven because it didn't happen. So who gives a shit? Yeah, I mean...
And Phil claims he's not seen the video, yet he seems to fucking know the video's fucking bullshit. You know, it's strange that Phil would have an opinion on this video of something he claims he hasn't seen, but was told about, but he seems very sure the video was fucking bullshit. Why would Phil sound so certain about something he claims he's not even watched? So is he lying about this? Or is he just dismissing something he's not even seen, which sounds very unfair? By the way, why would you dismiss evidence that you've not fucking encountered? You know, how can you possibly, Phil, have a leg to stand on and say that this evidence that is presented on the internet is fucking bullshit without even fucking, you know, observing the evidence?
That's what I mean. These people on the internet who live eternally on the internet, all they do is they think that things on the internet, these like drama things, are meaningful and it's worth their time. It's not. So someone made a documentary about my Demon Souls playthrough from over a decade ago. One playthrough. By the way, a game that I've replayed, a game that I played the remake of. So it's not even the one playthrough I did. It's not even a very notable playthrough, right? Why did they do that? And who the fuck would watch a documentary on it? Like,
almost 200,000 people. The last time I checked, you know. I mean, personally, I enjoyed the video because obviously any detractor video on Phil, you know, will usually get some attention. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of effort and time went into this to prove conclusively, through various fucking means, that Phil very likely and probably cheated using the duck glitch, you know. And the math made a lot of fucking sense, you know what I mean, based on the numbers that are fucking on that fucking video, you know what I mean. They presented it in a fucking very clear and informative fucking way, you know what I mean. It was like a fucking bit by bit assassination of every single possible fucking excuse that Phil could possibly have to say he didn't cheat, you know. It was a very well constructed fucking video, in my opinion. Breaking down. I mean, also the question is, I mean, all the signs point to you having cheated, Phil, and you can just fucking say, well, yes, I did, but so what? That is what it is, you know. I then played it again and didn't cheat in a second run. Like, as far as I'm aware, the future runs that Phil did in the game didn't involve him duping it because he was streaming it, so he didn't have time. He had no possibility to fucking try and cheat and when he played it again in the future. But the fact that he can't own up to this, and it reminds you so much of his fucking constant denials of WWE champions. Remember, I don't even play that game anymore. I've never heard of that character's name before in my life. I am not as and he outright told his audience, I am not down from the rafters. They call me DSP, it's not me. It's someone with my, you know, with a username it's like mine who's getting harassed because they have my username. Like, he told his audience time and time again that the tracks were lying. And ultimately what happened? All the evidence, massive amounts of evidence, pointed to being Phil, and he eventually confessed to it. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to come clean. Phil, it wasn't you coming clean. It's like confessing to your murder after fucking people fucking saw all the evidence of you fucking standing over a fucking dead body with a gun in your hand, still smoking, saying I killed that son of a bitch. You know what I mean? It's like you came clean. No, you were caught red-handed.
What kind of a person are you if you just sit around watching a documentary on the Dark Side Phil Demon Souls run from like 12 years ago? I mean, you gotta have a really boring fucking life.
Yep,
I'd rather have my life than Phil's fucking life.
toxic.
So here we go. This is a bit I've not seen yet. I've not seen what happened the following day. In fact, we won Bingo at this point in time before we fucking got to this part. But yeah, part of it gets fucking unhinged.
So, and here's the thing. I know it's not true, just like a million things have been said about me that aren't true. Okay? I know it's not true. So it doesn't matter what circumstantial nonsense some idiot put together in a video. It's still not true. It may have had a chance of being true. You may find some weird multi-dimensional possibility that it could have been true in a multiverse, but it's not true in this universe. So I don't care.
Okay, so he doesn't care. That should be the end of it then, shouldn't it?
If I had done it, I would tell you right now that I did, because there's no reason to not say I did, because there's no, like, what, who cares? It's a playthrough from 13 years ago. I didn't present myself to the internet as the best Demon Souls player ever who legitimately played this game. I openly admitted to grinding every night to get artificial levels in the game. So why would it matter if I do? It wouldn't. No one cares.
So part of the fucking breakdown, like, for Phil to have grinded every single fucking night, and it's like, no, it didn't really add up. The math didn't add up. This is one of the big fundamental, you know, issues that Inquisition brought up here. You know? Jad, can you... Steve was asking me to play a short you made years ago. Okay, hold on. We'll have a little mini briefer here. Hold on.
I want a quick word about the phrase circumstantial evidence, because DSP seems to use it in a way that makes evidence against him look shaky or weak or unreliable or irrelevant in some way. And the reality is that circumstantial evidence is often the bulk of evidence in a case, because it's evidence that doesn't support the main point of that case, i.e. you committed a murder, but it's evidence that supports other assertions made by that claim, i.e. you must have been in the area when the murder happened. So for Phil, direct evidence would be, we saw your account on your phone and the account name was down from the rafters. But circumstantial evidence is what's in the bank leaks, because information that shows that on this date you went to this Burger King and purchased this thing, and on this podcast, which would also be circumstantial evidence, because you talk about going to that Burger King on that date and making a purchase. That is not necessarily evidence that supports the claim that you are playing WWE champions, but it's evidence that supports the validity of the bank leaks, which supports the claim you are playing WWE champions.
There we go. That's pretty well fucking explained in my opinion from Steve. Yeah, I actually remember seeing that, you know, years ago. It's good stuff. I remember Steve. I need to get your ass on Bingo one time, Steve. You know, anytime you want to do Bingo, Steve, just let us know and we'll get you on as a fucking guest. I fucking miss hearing you. Inquisition. Is that his fucking name? It is, aye, okay. It's just... So there's a part here, there's a part in this fucking thing here where it's like... It breaks down, like, Phil's... Like, how because the math doesn't math, if you get what I'm saying, you know? Because like, it tries to, it breaks down, like, when Phil's like grinding overnight, you know? And it's like he's trying to calculate what happens here. You know what I mean, like there it is here, 81 credit Moongrass, Business 76, and it's like he breaks down the numbers bit by bit by bit by bit. You know what I mean? And he tries to fucking look, you know, it's like, what do they have here? What does he have there? And like, and the time as well is put into it. And there's a bit here where it actually sums up about the time stuff. You know, let me see if I can find it here. I'm going to borrow the transcript here. I want to find specifically this point here in the thing where it talks about fucking time. So I don't know if I'm going to find it, you know, but I'm going to fucking try. God, now search the word time. 199 fucking instances of word time. Fuck me. Fuck me. That's maybe a bad thing to search for. Let me grind. 141. 141 hours. That's a good shit. Hours. Okay, hours is a yeah. So let's try and find hours instead, okay? Here we go. This is what I want here. Is this part here? The grind times discrepancy. Yeah, it's on a fucking chapter, you know? Yeah, here we go. This is part of the chapter here. The grind time discrepancy. So.
With 1 week at most between both sessions, that means that...
Wait, let's rewind that just so we can get the full breakdown here, okay? So here we go.
Demon's Souls PS3 page on speedrun.com and grabbed every top-ranking player's in-game time and real-time attack. Ignoring the older runs that didn't provide an RTA, deduced the percentage between both the IGT and RTA for each player, and average all of those findings to come up with coefficient values I can use to figure out a more grounded gameplay time.
I told you it was fucking hyper fucking fixated on fucking numbers. Like this is ridiculous amount of fucking attention to the minutiae of detail, and I dig it. I absolutely fucking dig the detail that Inquisition fucking went to here, like the fucking depths that they fucking went to. Because I'll say the two time differentials are the time you fucking take in like the fucking loading screen menu or fucking pause menu or whatever compared to the in-game timer. Is it a discrepancy between like fucking speedrun timers and like the in-game timer?
With that in place, we find out that his 5 hours, 18 minutes and 23 seconds of real-time gameplay were read by the game as 4 hours, 51 minutes and 24 seconds. Subtracting that from the 57 hours and 32 minutes time we see in part 29, we're left with 52 hours, 40 minutes and 36 seconds, according to the in-game timer that is. To switch that to real-time gameplay, we multiply it by the other coefficient value, and thus we get 57 hours, 35 minutes and 22 seconds as a real grind time. And with this number we get our first head scratcher. With 1 week at most between both sessions, that means that DSP must have grinded for 9 hours, 35 minutes and 54 seconds each day of those 6 days between the two sessions.
Yep.
That's alongside his usual work of playing other games for 7 hours each day.
Exactly.
And that's also me assuming he didn't take a single night off that entire week. Even if we ignored the coefficient value thing and took the in-game time at face value, and we took the YouTube upload time as the actual session time, despite the 16th of June 2013 being a Sunday, giving him 7 days to grind this, we're still looking at daily grind sessions of 7 hours, 31 minutes and 31 seconds every single night. Ironically, as you'll see later, this real grind time is in DSP's favor, not against him. As illogical as it sounds, especially if you're someone who knows DSP and how lazy he is, saying someone streamed for 8 hours and then grinded for 9.5 hours every single day isn't that humanly impossible. What is impossible, however, is him saying,
At night, I would like drink. I would drink, play this, and watch something else all at the same time. And I did this for like 4 days straight. And I ended up getting a ridiculous amount of levels and souls just from doing this.
because
You see what I mean about the fucking just like the attention to detail that goes into this fucking video. You know, that's what fucking made this video so fucking good. Like, if you have not seen this video yet, I implore you, take a couple of hours, if possible, at your time. I was going to suggest maybe I don't know about you guys. I find it very hard to watch this video at faster than normal speed in Catposition. Now, is it going to sound strange coming from me with a fucking strange accent? But I find it very hard to watch this faster than normal speed because I struggle to understand what in-cat edition is saying when it goes too fast. I know it's like that's hypocrisy and double standards for me because I'm a very fast-talking, incoherent, babbling Scotsman myself, you know. But that was just my issue trying to watch this at a faster speed than usual. But you know, so but it's an hour and 50 minutes, so it is well worth the watch. I would highly recommend it. So there we go. Anyway, so yeah, there's a brief little breakdown of it, an example of what a fucking documentary was like, and Phil is freaking the fuck out because basically it's like it fucking looks so closely at what Phil said and did, and it comes to the conclusion that he's a fucking lying piece of shit as per usual.
It's not a big deal. So I would just tell you right now if I did it. There's no reason for me to not say to you, oh, I do. But I didn't do.
Oh, but actually, before we start, is Phil live yet? He is live, but he's not playing it. Stark is asking, what's it called? What do you mean, what's it called? The video. The video's linked in the chat. It's a link that I sent at the very like a minute ago in the chat. I can't mind what it's called. The video itself. You know what I mean? Because I just fucking closed it. But yeah, it's in the chat. I need to check if DSP is like on microphone before he goes live here. 2 seconds here. So it finally showed up to his own shit here. Oh, I got a member bomb. Phil's getting wailed by Tanya Raven YouTube. Isn't that sounds familiar? I think they also gave a member bomb like a week or 2 weeks ago or something. That rings a bell. The account name. So there you go. The whale started bright and early for Phil. He didn't even say hello to chat. So Phil didn't even say hello to chat. He just nothing. Anyway, let me just make sure. Is Phil on microphone before he goes live? So Tanya Raven is going to fucking wail on Trey's Crimson Desert stream for sure. So let's just see any blathering from Phil.
It's time.
Yep, I knew it.
Well,
the bad man is blathering before he goes live. There we go. Good stuff indeed. We'll put him on pause there, and that's where Bingo shall begin. Sneaky little bastard. He does these kind of strange little fucking, you know, microphone only little pre-podcast segments or pre-fucking morning show segments. Trying to fucking say extra shit before Bingo starts. Try to fucking sabotage a Bingo card. Won't let him do it though. Anyway, while we let Phil's live stream, you know, pause and build up some speed up, just let's go back to these compilations from Memology first of all, and then after that we'll do Start Brunel.
I'm a thief, I'm a scammer, I'm a liar, I'm abusive, geez, let me keep going.
it's just that the internet has such an autistically fixated fascination with me and everything that I say and do for some bizarre, unexplicable reason that they actually hyper obsess on minutia and they turn it into things that are important to them, not to the common person. The common person would never care if a random streamer or gamer used a dupe glitch in a playthrough from 13 years ago. In fact, I will go as far to say no one with an actual functional life with meaningful things to do would care that DSP duped in a Demon Souls playthrough 13 years ago. You'd actually have to have a waste of your life to care about it. I want you to think about that, okay? Your life is meaningless. You have nothing going on for you. You got absolutely nothing better to do than to hyperfixate on a 13-year-old playthrough.
Your life is nothing. You serve zero purpose. You should kill.
And you think that this is meaningful to human existence. It's not, okay? It benefits no one to talk about it, to waste time on it, okay? Zero time invested was worth it, okay? Because even if I did dupe or I didn't dupe, it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect me at all. It doesn't affect you at all. It affects nothing. Why did you waste your time? If I had duped right now, I would tell you outright, I duped, but I didn't. So I didn't do it. I'm not going to fess up to something I've never done. That's absolutely ridiculous.
It's a good job. It doesn't care.
I would never do that. Maybe they don't think it's a waste of time. Well, see, that's the thing. It doesn't matter what they think, because if your mind is that crack to hyperfixate on something that is meaningless, it probably means you lack rational thought. You wouldn't be able to judge for yourself what's a good use of your time and what's not. And
didn't you fucking hyperfixate on the LTG's fucking room fucking picking apart as like fucking like cat toys and all that shit. And the fucking colour of his fucking wall. And the soundproofing or lack of soundproofing or whatever, and his fucking hairstyle. And his fucking webcam quality. And the fucking sub numbers he had or whatever, I mean, and the things he fucking says and does. Like you, Phil, why is it fair game for you to hyperfixate on some things with other fucking people? It seems a bit double standards, hypocritical as per usual from you, Phil.
Then you're gonna be 60, 70 years old.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Decrepit, falling apart, sitting around saying, where did my life go?
That was cursed.
Oh yeah, I was watching that fucking 2-hour video about DSP duping in Demon Souls. Shit. Oh man, people are something else. You know, this is exactly the same as the hand card. This is exactly the same as it comes in denim.
Squeeze the peel, it comes in denim.
Okay? Okay, let's actually talk about the It Comes in Denim thing, right? So, the banana song, which I didn't even know was a thing until you guys started bringing it up in chat over the years, and I still, for a very long time, had no idea what you were talking about. When I finally took the time to watch it back, I was like, this is it? This is what these people, thousands of people, have hyper-fixated on autistically for years and years and years. This is it, this stupid little thing. That's a nothing throwaway moment from a playthrough where I was just like out of my mind because I was so stressed out at the game. It sucked so bad, right? And I literally was just jumbling my words together. And so the first time I watch it back for real, I didn't say it comes in denim. I said in comes the nana. It's me like marble mouth.
No. You actually fucking had to fucking listen to it several times to try and come up with some sort of plausible potential fucking explanation for what you said. Any human being that listens to the original clip will hear you say something that sounds like it comes in denim. Now, did you mean to say it comes in denim? No. I am certain you just fucking flub-mouthed your way through it because your fucking tiny little brain couldn't come up with a fucking suitable, adequate fucking set of words to come up with a fucking daft little song while you are losing your mind playing the fucking game. But the fact of the matter is, Phil, most human beings who hear that clip will hear something that sounds like it comes in denim. That's irrefutably. I mean, I've not encountered another person aside from you, Phil, that has heard something different.
Thing because I'm just trying to make it up on the fly.
Squeeze the peel, it comes in denim.
And immediately people start freaking out. No, it's in comes in denim. It comes in denim. No, it's not.
And that's what they hear. You cannot fucking tell other people what they fucking hear. You can claim you didn't say it, and yet you didn't. No one's trying to fucking say that you tried and it's to say in comes in denim. Like, no one is saying that you intentionally said it comes in fucking denim, but that's what everyone hears, and you're not in charge of what other people hear coming out your fucking mouth. It's like when Phil got temporarily suspended on Twitch because of a racial slur, you know? And it was like him flubbing his fucking like language. It wasn't a genuine, like, you know, racial slur, but it did sound bad when you isolate it, and that's why I was temporarily suspended with Twitch at that time before, you know what I mean? That sort of thing. His flub mouth gets into trouble sometimes.
I said in comes the nana because I probably want to say in goes the banana, but I realized that's too many syllables, so I have to shorten it. So on the fly, I marble mouthed it. I said in comes the nana, and but he said it comes in denim. No, I didn't. You're just an idiot, and you made it so important to you and your community of obsessed weirdos on the internet that I said that you can't accept the fact that the person who literally said it is telling you what they really said. You can't deal with reality. So let's really now get to the root of the issue. You people out there who obsess on this shit can't fucking deal with reality. That's your problem. You live in a weird online
Excuse the fuck out of me? Apparently we're the ones that are fucking not living in fucking reality. It says a fucking guy who fucking doesn't have a real fucking job. It's a fucking grown-ass man who hasn't fucking worked a real fucking job since his fucking mid-20s where he had a job that his daddy got for him in a fucking helicopter company. Like, that was his last fucking job. The job that his daddy got for him. You know? Fucking Nepo hire. You know? He has not fucking worked an actual fucking job in like 15, almost 20 fucking years. He fucking plays video games every single fucking day while begging strangers on the fucking internet for fucking money, while using these fucking streams every single fucking day as some sort of fucking clipping therapy session because he has no fucking actual fucking people in his real life to talk to about normal fucking things, aside from his fucking wife, who obviously was suffering all sorts of fucking things mentally and blew up into the size of a small planet because of the fucking life she now has with Dark Side Hill. We are the ones that are not living in reality. Bitch, look in a fucking mirror. You are so fucking isolated from fucking reality and fucking civilization as a fucking whole that you literally turn to your camera every single fucking day and have to convince the whole world that you're happy. Oh boy, is it us you're trying to convince, or is it yourself you're trying to fucking convince? When you fucking say to everyone you're so happy, you're so healthy, Kat loves me, Jasper loves me, you know, everyone fucking loves me, I'm popular now, I'm successful, I'm rich, I'm you know, what reality are you living in, Phil? Jesus fucking Christ. Man, I know, you keep your vision of fucking reality, it sounds fucking horrible, you know, I'm happy with my reality, you know. But I got a real fucking job and I fucking got, like, you know, friends and family and loved ones and all that shit, you know. And, you know, actual fucking human beings I can talk to as well outside of fucking just in my room staring at a camera or whatever.
Always fantasy world where you think that you have thousands of people who love and accept you for your weird obsessive behavior. It's fallacy. It's fantasy. You're cracked. Your head is broken. You need to go get examined. You need counseling and you need help. You need to get real friends, real family members.
Look at it! Real friends! Phil has no fucking friends! He abandoned his family! Moved across the country! Like, who the fuck's at home? Oh my fucking god. Motherfucker.
To care about you, stop living online, eternally fixating on minutia and nonsense. This is not what human existence was meant to be.
Of our country.
Says the guy who streams like fucking 8-9 hours a fucking day. Like, he's like, most of his day is essentially is made up of fucking creating content on the internet to try and fucking pay his bills, and he fucking misses one day, fucking goes like bankrupt again or something. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Apparently if you So I assume this rant is addressed to all detractors. You're not important, you're not special, nobody cares, whatever. He's like, holy fucking shit, man. Look, I know I'm small potatoes in the grand scheme of things when it comes to being a presence on the fucking internet. I am a fucking, you know, speck, you know, a grain of sand on the world's largest beach when it comes to like online content presence on the internet. But all I know is that even though it's a very small community of people, you know, it still matters to some people that this is a thing that they can enjoy. You know what I mean? Like, I do bingo streams, one, because I enjoy poking fun at the bad man, two, to try and fucking make his fucking crappy fucking day stream things bearable by playing bingo, and three, because I know that people generally actually care about consuming the bingo content, you know what I mean? Like, I'm here for people as a distraction. I'm an angry Scottish person that can help distract people sometimes, you know? So I have value to some people out there by doing what I'm doing, and I feel good about that, you know? Phil, I guess Phil can't handle that.
Remember back when we were all fucking cavemen and we had to actually struggle to survive?
What do you mean remember? Like, you know, I thought you were fucking there.
And we had to knock 2 rocks together to start a fire to actually fucking have a cooking meal for the day, and we had to go hunt.
Yeah, like you fucking would go hunting or cook, you dumb bitch. Cat, you'd send Kat to fucking go hunt, and then she'd fucking have to come back and make it herself.
Gathered to survive? That was fucking living. Today, everything's so fucking easy, you have nothing to worry about in your life. You get food delivered to you. You get protection. You get water in your house, right? Everything is easy for you. So what do you do with your life? You sit on the fucking internet hyperfixating on the most pointless nonsense possible.
Well, Phil, life... I don't understand. I don't know what you think other people's lives are fucking like, but most of us go through all sorts of fucking shit in our life, you know? I was like, aye. You beg strangers on the internet to basically pay every single bill you fucking have because you refuse to get a fucking real job and work. And you say to yourself that you need to beg because otherwise you'll fucking go broke. That does not sound like an entertaining content creator to me. If they admit if they didn't beg, they would fucking not be able to fucking do this for a living. You know, that right there is a sign of somebody who's a failed content creator. You know, you're a successful beggar, but a failed content creator. Congratulations, Phil. You know, but it's like, well, I mean, most of us will fucking work hard to, you know, put a roof over our heads, and you have fresh fucking water, and clean up after ourselves, and look after ourselves, and cook after ourselves, and fucking and all that shit. Some of us will have our own fucking families to fucking tend to and care for and all that shit and provide for as well. And it's like, oh my god. I love how Phil was trying to imply that every single person that like makes a nasty video about him is some sort of fucking like basement dwelling fucking teenager. You know, it's just like that. There's a huge range. There's a massive range of detractors coming from the quite young and you know, quite innocent. They're just learning about DSP for the first time, thinking, oh, what's a strange person like? And there's also quite a lot of old bastard detractors out there. You know what I mean? They're fucking, you know, there's fucking see this person and go, what the fuck? I need to fucking say something about this fucking guy. You know, it's a huge, wide, varied community. And this is, and like, it's just unbelievable, man. Like, this fucking delusional rant here. It's just absolutely fucking delusional. Zarnock remembers a time when there was no water and they were hunting. I know we're in a video game. Those rough times, you know, Grog couldn't get water, Grog couldn't catch fucking wild boar. Grog went back to cave to play fucking RimWorld. And Grog would beg fucking people watching him play RimWorld for more boar meat so he could eat the day.
And you think that's human life? Newsflash, it ain't. Holy shit, these people need a serious wake-up call that they're this fucked in the head. It doesn't come in denim. All right? I don't have a hand cart, and I didn't dupe in Demon Souls. Bruh. That's reality. And if you can accept that, congratulations, welcome back to reality with the rest of humanity. By the way, I'm not poor, I'm not unhappy, my wife isn't fat, she didn't leave me, I'm eating healthy, I do work out and have muscles now. Okay, should we continue with reality? How much more do you need to cope and try to rationalize out that's true and say it's not true? Okay, shall we continue? I mean, I could do it all day, but you're gonna be crying in bed. You go, oh, I can't handle it. Oh, holy shit. You guys are something else.
Phil is scamming his viewers in this video. Go check it out.
God fucking almighty. What the ever-loving fuck, man. Some of that is probably going to get covered in the Stop Dog compilation, but it also has other things as well. Apparently Phil says Markiplier and Max Minded took him as an example.
Welcome to Operation Mindfuck!
That's a perfect soundbite for that fucking sentence I just said right there. Thank you very much to Larry D for the super chat, the £5 super chat. It says still watching, thanks for the laugh chat during fire tonight. Still not quite ready to chat yet. Hey Larry, that's alright. That's perfectly fine. Look, you know, I appreciate your support as I can you. But I've always said, look, we're all going through things. You know, and it's, you know, and like Bingo's always there for people when they want it, whether they want to watch it live or on demand or whatever, you know, or come back after a break or whatever, you know what I mean? But we're all got things to deal with, you know what I mean? And remember, if anyone ever wants to talk about things as well, reach out to me. Drop me an email or whatever, or drop me a Discord thing, and like, I know the power of having somebody to listen if you need somebody to talk to sometimes, if you want to talk, you know? So by all means, I'm a very open book, you know what I mean? Like, you know, kingjadvcmp@gmail.com is email, Twitter as well, if you want to talk to me on Twitter, or even Discord if you got me on Discord. If you want a blather, just reach out if you need to have somebody to talk to. I'm not saying I can fucking help with anything or whatever, or offer advice, but the power of having somebody to listen to you is, you cannot take it for granted. I mean, look at DSP. DSP uses his streams as a therapy session because he needs to fucking vent, to fucking cope with his life. That makes him feel better about his fucking life. because he treats his streams as a therapy session because he has to get it out there. He has to talk. He has to have somebody listen to him. But it is good for you though to have somebody to hear what you're saying, and fucking have somebody listen to you and actually fucking acknowledge you and just at least be there to fucking just, you know, get it out there. Anyway, but thank you, Larry, very kind of you for some chat. And yeah, Bingo's here when you're ready, pal.
No, I don't have a crush on LTG. It couldn't be further from the truth. I just like embarrassing it because it's very easy to do.
But when Keemstar punched down on Phil, it was not fair. But Phil thinks he can punch down on LTG. Strange how punching down is not fair to him, but it's fair for Phil to do it to LTG. Although arguably, is LTG is Phil punching down or punching up with LTG, or is it kind of just like a side swipe, but it's like they're both at the same level?
Oh my God, he's drinking Hulk Hogan's piss. You see, there's a different impact when one of his regular detractors just keeps embarrassing him, or when someone who's, albeit an outsider like me, comes in and just watches the stuff for the first time and is like, what an embarrassing, you know, guy, and makes fun of it. It's different. It hits differently. It gets people talking. You see?
Ah, jeez. I mean, I understand that, Chris. Chris saying you know, 3 years ago your dad passed away on this day. I understand exactly what you mean by that. It's like I know is every year for me, it's 2 days especially. Also, like usually it's my dad's birthday and the day he died. Those are the 2 days that really get to me, you know. And obviously, it's a shame you got, like, obviously this, you know, there's bad family issues and bad blooded family, you know, with what happened to you in that situation. You know what I mean? But but yeah, those days are always hard to deal with for sure. You know what I mean? But it's just. Like, you got to admit, just try and remember the happy times over the memories. You know what I mean? Like, all we've got at the end of the day is fucking memories. Those that are gone, that are fucking left behind. All we can fucking do is cherish the fucking memories and the good times, especially we fucking had with those people, you know? So, yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, you're still, obviously, still there in your heart massively, you know what I mean? Just fucking cherish those memories. Make yourself feel a bit better if you can, but just thinking of, you know, one of your favourite memories you have, you fucking die, you know what I mean? I mean, and that's not saying, like, you don't need to apologise for bringing it up, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, it gets to, I mean, it gets to everyone, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just the way it is. But I want to try and avoid turn into some sort of, like, therapy session, you know what I mean? But I understand exactly where you're coming from, and I'm just trying to offer the advice that helps me. You know what I mean? For me, when I get too down about my old man, I just try and remember some really good memories I have with me, you know what I mean? I'm lucky to have several fond memories to look back on, you know what I mean? So that's, yeah, it's just, there we go. But I know where you're coming from.
LTG is a sexy man. $30, he'll turn on his webcam.
Family Style Lasagna did a $2 super chat and says Hawaiian style shirts are homosexual dog whistles. You should know, being that you're a rampant homosexual and you seek out that kind of behavior, you'd be an expert on it. Thanks for $2. Not that there's anything wrong with being a rampant homosexual, but I'm just saying. Okay.
You should come out of the closet, Phil.
So whatever world has the rolling skeleton guys, that was the one. I would just run through the map, killing all the skeletons, and going through and killing everything, like, real quick. And then I would just, you know, end it and then go back in and do it again and then end it and then go back in. And I just kept doing it over and over and over for hours on end. There's nothing else to it. Because people are like, well, you duped. Duped what? I don't even know what that means. Duped items? How would that have helped me? Like, oh, is that what people are saying? So people are finally explaining it to me. They're saying I duped boss souls. You guys explain to me.
I love how he got chat to explain what it was that was, like, the issue. Like, he doesn't know what the video was about. And then he fucking talks about how the video was full of, and, you know, the previous day, he was saying that if the video was full of lies and fallacies and inaccuracies or whatever, and like, what, you know, like, nuggets of truth claims it could possibly be video. And he even knows how long it's like. He knows the 2-hour video. He knows how long the video is. But here he is pretending that he didn't know what the video was about. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, he's either lying here, or he was lying earlier, or he was lying before, or he's like, where's the lie and where's, like, oh my god, it's just, he can't make up his mind, can he?
To me in chat, how do you dupe items in Demon Souls? And then I will tell you if I remember doing it or not. I totally 1,000,000% do not recall duping anything. I don't know how to do it.
But that was the time you were drinking profusely. So, you cannot... Phil, you claim it's a time of your life where you're drinking like crazy every single fucking night while playing fucking video games. So logically speaking, you could have done it without being remembered. True? Using Phil's own logic here, when he was a rampant alcoholic at this fucking point in his life, it's quite possible that he might not actually remember doing something because of his alcohol intake.
I had to lie about things because I had to protect my ego.
Okay, someone explaining it? Yvonne Real says you talk to the bank guy, then you go fall off a ledge nearby, you talk to him again, it dupes what item you put in the bank. Oh, no. I had no idea about that whatsoever. Zero.
But him avoiding eye contact was the theme for today's the bingo thumbnail, you know? That was him looking up that way, as him avoiding eye contact. We'll try to claim he wasn't cheating. Yeah, that was the theme.
Really? Zero. So, and here's the thing. I know it's not true, just like a million things have been said about me that aren't true. Okay? I know it's not true. So it doesn't matter what circumstantial nonsense some idiot put together in a video. It's still not true. It may have had a chance of being true. You may find some weird multi-dimensional possibility that it could have been true in a multiverse, but it's not true in this universe. No, I've never heard of this before. At the time I was playing Demon's Souls, I had no idea about any glitches or anything like that. No one told me shit, you know? So I would much rather say, oh, I'm just going to grind my way. I'm going to chill with my drink, and I'm going to play this level over and over for 2-3 nights straight, grinding away and getting levels, rather than actually, like you guys are saying, the dupe glitch. I would just sit there, grind like an idiot. That's how I am.
Silver-tongued talker, right? Oh, I'm just going to say it one way, and hopefully you'll believe it, even though that's not the truth. And that's literally what's happening here. The guy's a liar. The guy's a fucking blatant liar and lying to everyone. But people are believing it because they don't know any better. A lot of the times back in the day, I would absolutely get the strategy guide and use that as part of my playthrough. If I got stuck or I didn't know what I was doing, I wouldn't necessarily just sit there and read the guide ahead of time, but I would absolutely use it during my run, but I wouldn't tell anyone. So you guys wouldn't know, oh, Phil's using the guide.
Yeah, he kept that shit. See, is the reason why Phil turbocharged his ways through games like fucking crazy back in the fucking day when he had that fucking ridiculous fucking views-based contract with Machinima. You know? Him turbocharge his way through every game as fast as fucking possible usually was courtesy of him having a guide there handy. So he can fucking play the game as fast as possible, upload the game as fast as possible, return the game as fast as possible as well. And of course, he would always say, you know, these are blind, raw playthroughs, and it's like, it's bullshit, you know?
So there would be like a boss I'm stuck on, I'd take a break from filming, go read the guide, come back, and then beat the boss. You know, that definitely happened, and I fessed up to that over the years.
I mean, he did it as well for GTA, but that was included in the Cat's Vision video that he made. That Demon's Souls breakdown involves an example of Phil doing that in GTA 3.
For sure.
It's just that the internet has such an autistically fixated fascination with me and everything that I say and do for some bizarre, unexplicable reason. It's inexplicable, by the way. Inexplicable reason that they
valedictorian, by the way,
actually hyper-obsess on minutia, and they turn it into things that are important to them. Not to the common person. The common person would never care if a random streamer or gamer used a dupe glitch in a playthrough from 13 years ago.
It's an interesting question, Philip. You know, also Phil, the contract Phil had way back in the fucking day was very good. I guess it really pertains to, like, would bots... Well, it's a views-based contract, but would that would also equate to those views watching ads, wouldn't it, in a manner of speaking? And plus, Phil didn't get paid by YouTube necessarily, he got paid by Machinima. So would Phil be cheating Machinima or YouTube out of that? I mean, it's an interesting question for sure. And maybe there's something on the internet that maybe explains, perhaps if it was possible or not, that some people might have cheated the system with U-botting, with such things back in the fucking day. I don't know. Like, machinima is like ancient fucking history in the grand scheme of things. You know, like fucking they're gone now. You know. But yeah, I mean, view-botting, would it have helped Phil? Would YouTube have known that they were getting view-botted? Would it have counted towards actual fucking revenue for machinima, and then in turn Phil? I don't know. It's a good question for sure.
In fact, I will go as far to say no one with an actual functional life, with meaningful things to do, would care that DSP duped in a Demon Souls playthrough 13 years ago.
We've seen this bit.
No one.
Yeah.
You'd actually have to have a waste of your life to care about it.
Yeah, we've seen this. Go on,
I want
mate.
you to think about that.
Yes, go on, mate. Later, piggy.
Okay? Your life is meaningless. You have nothing going on for you. You got absolutely nothing better to do than to hyperfixate on a 13-year-old playthrough. And you think that this is meaningful to human existence. It's not. Okay? It benefits no one to talk about it, to waste time on it. Okay? Zero time invested was worth it. Okay? Because even if I did dupe or I didn't dupe, it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect me at all. It doesn't affect you at all. It affects nothing. Why did you waste your time? But if I had duped, right now I would tell you outright, I duped. But I didn't. So I didn't do it. I'm not going to fess up to something I've never done. That's absolutely ridiculous. I would never do that.
Caleb saying, I've written several books, married 17 years, I've done meaningful things. Like, well, I mean, also, ultimate end of the fucking day. You'll hate me for well, some of you will like it's for me right now. It's kind of like the Inquisitor in Red Dwarf. Some of you will be like, what the fuck am I talking about? There's an episode of Red Dwarf. There's an episode of Red Dwarf where some being decides that there's no God and decides to fucking travel through the universe, through time and history, to determine whether you have lived a life that was worth living or not. And the standards are not what are universally considered like meaningful. The standard is, was your life meaningful to you? You know? Like, you know, so yeah, I had a feeling Steve would enjoy that. I had a feeling Steve would enjoy that comparison, yeah, but it's like, a meaningful life is not what other people would declare as meaningful. You know what I mean? Usually it's a case of what you yourself would think is a meaningful life. You know, could you have done a lot more in your life? Or have you fulfilled the things that you thought you could have like done? You know what I mean? And not by other people's own standards or metrics or measures, but by your own. You know what I mean? And it's a very interesting way to approach your own life and think to yourself, is, say, rather than other people's standards and judgment for what they think your life should be, what about your own interpretation of like, has your life been like, but yeah. Reading your comment, Kill Much Car thought, it reminded me of that, it's more important how you feel about your own life than other people, in my opinion, you know what I mean? Because obviously at the end of the fucking day, you got to make sure you're happy, and also I assume you are, of course, but yeah, you yourself believe firmly in your heart you've had a good, meaningful life, because of your achievements and everything else, you know what I mean? That's cool. I'm glad. That's a very good thing for that. Phil would think his life is meaningful because of his content creation on the internet. Phil, like if the Inquisitor showed up to Phil Burnell wouldn't get erased from history because Phil truly believes, it seems, that he has had a very fulfilling, meaningful life, and his presence was worth it on the planet. So yeah, that's the sort of person Phil is. Even though we think of it as not really that fucking meaningful, his life, he truly believes it is.
Oh my god, he's drinking Tyrone sperm on wasting their lives. Hair. They're intent on wasting their lives on crap. I don't know why.
No, I do. Dardragon says he doesn't think that. I think Phil truly believes that he is living a meaningful life. But I know he says it, constantly in his fucking streams. But I don't know. Do you think? Do you think Phil doesn't believe that? I think he does. Like, I think Phil truly believes that he is doing something very important and special on the internet every day. And has, like, if he doesn't do it, then it's going to affect a lot of people very negatively. So I don't know. That's what I think anyway. Also, you're free to think otherwise, but I truly believe Phil believes what he says when he says that.
It doesn't benefit them or me or you or anyone. It's just wasting your time.
Oh man, people are something else. You know, this is exactly the same as the hand card. This is.
I mean, Steve, basically you take the cat, and then instead of like physical features, make it like his personality features. You know. or like the fucking argument on the plane in Father Ted. Why should get the parachute? You know. I think I should get the parachute because I'm great. I think I should get both parachutes in case one fails, you know? That sort of thing, you know? I mean, that's the sort of thing, you know?
This is exactly the same as it comes in denim, okay?
People are saying, but Phil, you're back. Did you guys not listen to what I just said? I bought a hand card. I bought a foldable hand card that allows you, it's actually cool, it has two settings. Number one, it's just a normal hand card that you push stuff around with. But another one is it turns into actually like a flatbed cart. Like, you know, like when you go to any warehouse, you know how they have those flat carts you stack boxes on, you just pull it around easily.
I love when Phil's own words are used to fucking debunk his lies.
That's what this card is. So literally the only time I have to lift anything is just placing them on the cart and taking them off the cart.
I can't wait for him to wreck on this and say, didn't say hand cart. It said something like, you know, hand smart instead, however, you know. You guys think I said hand cart. I didn't say hand cart. I said this random thing instead, which makes no sense.
I'm going to be pulling everywhere. So it's not like I have to be tons of deadlifting or whatever. So it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Don't worry. Trust me, I'm not going to put my back at risk. If worst comes to worst, I'll just get the shit in the garage. I'll just leave it there. And then when my girlfriend moves in, we'll bring it together. That way I don't hurt my back. But we'll see.
Yeah, she's the muscle of the relationship. Yeah, Liana was the fucking the beauty and the brawn and the brains. That was everything else.
So someone named India Superpower 2020, I think, has some problems. They cheered 200 bits. The first 100 bits they ask, when you go grocery shopping, does your wife carry bags in it? Do you use your little hand cart to scoot them back and forth? Number one, I have no idea what you're talking about, little hand cart. I don't have a little hand cart. Why did Maximilian and Markiplier now have big detractor communities? Because they're not me. They were in a situation where coming into content creation, they had a track record of people doing it before them. They saw some of the mistakes you can make. They had people to learn from. They made different kinds of content. They said, oh, I can't be doing that over the top crazy shit. You get in trouble for that. So instead, I'll go this way or I'll go that way. Right?
What? I mean, what?
That was good. If you are enjoying Pokemon today, please.
No, we're not. Basically, Phil, you are very good at being an example. Although the example, of course, is not how to fucking do things in a good fucking way. You're an example of what not to ever fucking do, whether it's fucking make content on the fucking internet, or how to fucking be a good fucking husband to your fucking wife, or a fucking good pet owner to your fucking cat, or a fucking good son to your fucking dying parents, or a fucking good friend to your fucking friends you fucking alienated over the fucking years because you fucking wanted to fucking make money doing things with them, rather than just fucking spend time with them. Or just in general, fucking how not to fucking play a fucking video game, or how not to fucking live your fucking life, or how to fucking do anything. You are a fantastic example, Phil. You are an incredible example of how never to fucking do anything. Like, if you see Phil do something, do the fucking opposite, and then you'll probably fucking do a lot better than Phil fucking Burnell. You are very good at being a fucking example.
You support the playthrough so far. Pretty good support. Let's keep it going. We still have more than 2 hours of Pokemon on the horizon. Disgusting beggar. Devour.
I forgot it was these we tried yesterday. God damn it.
Get screwed.
Thank you very much, Monkai, for the £10 super chat. It says, a good for this, his streams do have value. They're a record of true narcissism and true failure to engage in society. He's the example of how not to live, why he shouldn't live alone. I mean, some people, some people do prefer a small social circle to a certain, to a certain degree. And like, and some people do prefer isolation. I mean, that, if it works for you and it doesn't cause any detriment to your life, you know what I mean, then fair enough. Personally, it's good to be social sometimes, for sure, whether it's very, or even if it's just family only, you know what I mean. But Phil obviously has isolated himself from everyone. The only person he has in his life, essentially, as far as we're aware, is Cat and the DoorDash driver. You know, that's effectively it. You know, a new Mookie laugh is dropped in my DMs. Oh my god, hold on. A new Mookie laugh is dropped. Oh, this is ugly good. Let's hear the new Mookie laugh.
Sorry.
Oh my god, that is incredible. That is, oh my god. I'm adding that right fucking, hold on, let's hear that one more time.
Sorry.
I am adding that right now, hold on. Give me a fucking second here. I'm adding that to the soundboard right fucking now. You get in there. You get right in there. There we go. Added. Actually, I'm gonna, hold on. I'm gonna add it as well. Give me a wee second here. Give me a wee fucking second here. I'm gonna, let's have, actually, are the otters available yet? The otters aren't there yet. If the water's filling up here, hold on, damn it. I was looking for otters, but hold on. I'm adding it, hold on. I'm adding this ceramic straight away. This is worth an ad. That's a kind of laugh that makes you fucking, your soul feel better, you know? Always right with a world when you hear a Mookie laugh like that, you know? So let me, I'm adding this right now, fuck it. So give me 2 seconds, guys. I'll say 2 seconds. Give me a minute. I should be done in a minute here now. I should get back to bingo. In the meantime, watch watch the otters waiting for a pool to get filled back up with fucking water because it was getting cleaned. Hold on, so 2 seconds. Wait are my settings? I'm getting this sorted. Hold on. I will get this sorted very quickly here. So we do this, and we change this, and we do this. Almost there, almost fucking there. I need to upload a new sound. Hold on. 2 seconds. Almost fucking there. I do apologize for the delay, but I want to add this as soon as possible because it's fucking good. Okay, if we do that, then save it, and there we go. And I think it should be good to go. Right, there we go. Right, so there is a chance as well. There's a chance. So I've got to add them. It's on my own Scottish soundboard. That sound, okay. But as well as that, there is a chance that if a super chat happens again, you will hear it. But there is a small possibility. It's like a 1 in 24 chance that a super chat will trigger that very laugh. I just wanted to get it added like straight away because it's very good. Because I know. Let me see if is it on the Scottish soundboard? My button. No. Is there not? Titanic. No. No. Different laughs. No. No. There it is. Sorry. There it is. I love how it's like fucking we've got like 4 or 5 different Mookie laughs on there. It's fantastic. Anyway, we got it added. Good stuff indeed. Anyway. Oh, for God's sake.
I shouted spiders in the house. You don't pay rent. Fuck off.
Thank you, Tate. I mean, a good try. Good try. I mean, Monka with a £2 super chat with a dice roll. It was Mookie, but not the Mookie you're looking for. But there we go. Anyway, let's continue the Stop Now compilation. Of him eating profusely.
So, I'm not kidding. There is absolutely no marinara sauce on this sandwich.
Oh, tragic! You poor little bastard.
There would be some by now. I would taste tomato. There is no tomato flavor at all. It's all just meat. So I'm tasting salty and spicy pepperoni. I'm tasting moist
Titanic,
mushroom.
motherfucker!
Thank you very much for profit for the $5 Canadian super chat. Says I'm late. Did you show feet? I've never shown feet. But I mean, thank you for the subject. Oh, better late than never and all that shit. But I hope you're doing well, product. But yeah, no feet tier.
Room. And I'm tasting the meatball, which tastes good.
Well, it's a foot long. Phil's offering you his foot long. Is that a fucking good conversation, Prophet?
The meatball's the best thing by far about this sandwich.
I love the red meat. All right. We just had a troll in the chat. Celebrate gout 100. So, har har har, Phil had gout earlier this year, and he talked about it publicly because he talks about this stuff publicly. He shares it, right? He's not ashamed. He's not one of these people who hides the personal shit about his life. He talks about it.
Yeah, no idea why he fucking doesn't he?
And so I brought this up, and everyone knows that I had gout earlier this year, but they think it's like funny to bring that shit up. Look,
it is kind of funny, Phil. I mean, it's an old person's disease usually. You know what I mean? Or they call it the king's disease because obviously for the kings will get it because they just overindulge because of like their the kings. So yeah, the king's disease, and the king of hate gets gout. Although Phil then blamed his fucking aunt for it, of course. You know, but there you go. I hope there is no more devouring of food from Phil today. I haven't done it yet, so I'm kind of hungry. So yeah, no more food, Phil. Please, no more food stuff, Phil.
another one, fall gout.
Fall gout's funny.
How is this funny?
It's funny. You add a G, it's funny.
Like, what is funny about that? It's over. Like, it's so outdated. Find something else.
Steve, did you recommend him drinking a whole bunch of cranberry juice? You know? I mean, I hope you recommended him to get cranberry juice. Although, hopefully though, try and convince him not to get lost in the fucking shopping aisle looking for cranberry juice.
I hope you enjoyed the show. I'll be back tonight on the late stream, Retro Rewind, right here on DSP Gaming. Come around 7 to hang out, 7:30 p.m. Pacific time if you want to actually see the gameplay. And I'll be back for that. If not, if you're not interested in that, tomorrow, Crimson Desert returns. And so,
who fucking
does
cares?
A late night stream. What are we doing tomorrow late night? Oh, we're doing more RimWorld. That's right, we're doing our second RimWorld stream tomorrow night. So if you liked last night's starting over stream, come on back tomorrow night for more, okay? All right.
So the Pokemon Day stream got $185. Night stream, which is not covered in this compilation, got $135 or something. I do have a clip from that as well, but first of all, just ending this.
Guys, thanks for watching. See you tonight for Retro Rewind. Peace out.
And I immediately jump into WWE Champions, and I just start pulling for Hogan's. And I don't stop until I get at least 3 or 4. So sometimes it's pretty bad, let me tell you. And that's the kind of night I'm going to have tonight, ladies and gentlemen, because you supported the king here on DSP Gaming. I really appreciate that. $100 for Hogan's. There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck,
the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me it's WWE Champions time.
I love it. I love it.
Well, fucking love it. There I fucking go. Okay, before we start playing bingo, there is one more clip to show you. Right from the source itself. I've gone to DSP, so you don't have to. Remember Phil claimed there's not going to be another marathon until maybe June or July? He looks like he's changing his mind, and I guess the money, that money buff from Asmon Gold ran out quicker than I thought it would.
I am debating if we should do a marathon in May. If we do a marathon, I know what I want to do, but I don't know if you guys are going to show up for it. I know what I want to do in early May for my marathon, okay? Do you guys want to hear it or no? You're not interested?
Nope.
No more marathons, Phil. How dare you do marathons?
So yeah, it went from saying there wouldn't be a marathon in May to all of a sudden he needs to do the one in May. You know, which is just, and it's funny because obviously the 1st of April he had a successful drama stream, you know, with April Fool's prank on LTG and fucking wings, and then his birthday he had a stream as well where he got like a couple of grand as well. So he had 2 very good days already in April, you know, and yet here he is already planning the next marathon earlier than he was going to. He was going to skip a marathon, and he just had a marathon there on his friend's birthday. And he's going to skip May because there's nothing happening in May, and all of a sudden, I have nowhere. But I was like, I should do a marathon. I can't skip a monthly marathon. I need to fucking find a reason to fucking beg for all day.
A fundraiser? No, it would not be a fundraiser marathon. Absolutely not.
I mean, isn't every single fucking stream you do a fundraiser, technically?
This sounds like Rob Rasputin. I don't even know that song. Rob Rasputin? What song is that? She got headphones on. Just noticed that.
Does Phil elaborate on what the
Cotton
fundraiser
candy.
is?
See, they're making cotton candy. I've never seen it made.
Does Phil
The
elaborate
cashier always does it now.
on what the
The
fundraiser
demented
is?
hitchhiker. Here you go. Enjoy.
I don't think he does. I think he just
See,
leaves it.
I would be excited to do this marathon I want to do. Half of you are going to be like, this sucks. I know it. I just know it.
I don't think he's going to elaborate any further than that. Bad man is bad. Anyway, fuck it. It's time to start bingo. Guys, anyway, we're a bit later than usual to start fucking bingo. So, yeah, let's get fucking bingo sorted for today. Now, to play bingo, we're going to use a bingo number to generate today's bingo card. So the first number in chat I see will be the number that we use to generate today's bingo card. Make sure it's a good number because I want to win a full house today. And if your number's pissed, then I'm going to fucking blame you for fucking picking shitey numbers. No pressure though. You know, but fucking just make sure it's a fucking good, solid, robust, meaningful, positive number, if you will, please. And, Jesus. Yeah, I'm sure this person wheeled last time Phil played Crimson Desert. I'm sure it is them. The first number in chat I saw was from Runamoyne with saying 47. So we're going to use Runamoyne's number and we'll generate the bingo card with their number 47. Here we go. We need Phil to say do the following for today's bingo stream. We need Phil to get at least $50+ of support. Him saying here's a thing or here's a deal.
Fuck's sake, Jesus! Christ!
Before I continue, thank you very much to Monkey for a £2 super chat. It says, I believe it also needs a free space. Thank you very much. That is a super chat that does trigger a free space, so I'll count that right now. Thank you very much. Very kind of you indeed to do that. So there we go. So there we go. Great stuff indeed. So yeah, the bingo card we have for today's stream is the following, as I said. Him getting $50+ of support, him saying here's a thing or here's the deal, him saying essentially him doing some scat talk, and him touching his ear. The second row is Phil saying, so anyway, literally, update, him discussing drama, and him saying, million. Interesting number. The third row is Phil saying, or doing Q&A, him saying good news, him flexing his noodle arms, him saying now, and him saying day off. The fourth row is Phil giving the prayer hands to the chat, him saying tired, okay, boron and positive. And the fifth and final row is Phil saying community, a lot of people, him giving some good old fashioned leaning manual ban, him saying there you go, and finally Phil saying right now. So that's the bingo card we have for today's stream. Now of course there's a variety of ways we can get free spaces for a bingo card. For example, if Phil sips, snorts or burps 10 times, we get a free space. For every 3 minutes and 20 seconds if Phil begs, we also get a free space. So there we go, good stuff indeed. What else is there? Oh yeah, so if Jade shows up to Phil's stream and Phil says hi to Jade, not only do we get a free space for that, but to celebrate free space, we get to enjoy this animation.
Squeak squeak a free space.
If Satan shows up to Phil's stream and Phil says hi to his good buddy Satan, not only do we get a free space for that, but to celebrate free space, we get to enjoy this animation.
What's up, Satan? Good to see ya.
So those are the ways we get free spaces with Phil saying and doing things, but you guys are also responsible for some of the things we can get free spaces as well. For example, for every 5 new arena members we have to the bingo streams, we get a free space. For every 5 super chats, we get a free space. For every £5 in tips, we get a free space. And in my opinion, the best way to get free spaces is just to like the stream. So yeah, 25 likes, we get a free space, which we already have. Good stuff indeed. 50 likes, we get 2 more free spaces. 75 likes, we get 3 free spaces. And 100 likes on the bingo stream would get us 4 more free spaces on top of all of that. So there we go, good stuff indeed. And so yeah, and every time also we get a free space on the bingo board, you guys like the stream, we get to celebrate with an animation. And I think in this instance, we should have some motherfucking banana because it absolutely comes in fucking denim.
I need banana, tasty banana, put banana in my mouth, squeeze the peel, it comes in the...
Thanks, Jasper. There we go. Now, of course, so yeah, so you guys are in control of some of the ways we can get free spaces, but the rest of the ways are controlled by Phil and his bizarre body functions, as well as him begging like the little bitch that he is. So there we go. There's some more things to cover, of course, but I'm going to AI Marble Phil Bonell Pigspoon Alphas right fucking now.
Hello, AI Phil here in the digital flesh for Bingo Baddies Marbles game. By entering the ! marbles in chat, or scroll down the description in the video to get the link to enter. At the end of each month, a first, second, and third prize winner will win a cash prize. Now, if we get a full house on the bingo card, marbles will run to determine a winner for that day and will win a prize on the wheel, which could be used for future games. It's just that easy.
There we go, guys. If you haven't yet got a comment locked in that comment post, make sure you fucking do it now. There we go. You can win a glorious prize such as a Scottish Soundboard Pass and intro shout out or a full house ticket. So there we go. Anyway, I think I've covered all the bases. There's only one thing I really like to do before I start playing bingo today, and that's for us to press a random Scottish Soundboard button to send us off into battle once more.
You're fucking stupid and deserve to die.
Thank you, Moki. On that aggressive note, it is time for bingo. Good luck, everybody. We're starting off with microphone only from Phil. Here we fucking go.
Well, welcome to the stream, at least if you're an early viewer. Thanks for being here. I'm getting ready here. I've been non-stop sneezing this morning, so allergies must be pretty bad in my area. I'm sure the pollen count is high. I can't stop sneezing. I might have to take something, because my nose is still tickling me. I'm like, oh my lord. Anyway, I hope that you guys are ready for a fun day of streams here on the channel. I'm going to start with the morning show in a few minutes here, and then it's time for Crimson Desert to continue. I have no idea what to expect, because every single time we have played this game, it feels like I'm playing a completely different game. So who knows what we will run into today, right? Seriously. So I hope that you're all ready. Or if you're not, I hope that you're getting ready. So sit back and relax. Get done what you need to get done last minute here, because we will begin with the DSP morning show shortly if I can get my nose under control. It seriously won't stop tickling and running. It's like, oh. So anyway, all right, I'll see you guys in just a couple of minutes here, and we will begin. Be right back.
Burger.
And that's how we ended that microphone only segment there, so there we go. Let's just skip forward, I guess, to when it goes on camera. Yep, here we go. There we go. So, morning show, there we go. So, geez. Okay, here we go. Morning show time. So, we've got one ticked off so far, 24 to go. We'll take 22 to go because we've got 2 free spaces, so yeah. 22 more things ticked off, and with one fucking bingo. Here we fucking go. Oh yeah, and if I miss anything on the card, please let me know. Because sometimes I miss things because I'm a dumb bastard. This is a team game, we're trying to win together here, you know? So yeah, if I miss something and you see I miss something, you let me know in that chat.
What is going on, everyone? Good morning and welcome to the morning show here on DSP Gaming. I'm DSP, and it is Tuesday, the 14th of April, 2026. It's a good day. It's a good lineup of stuff coming up here today. I hope that you guys are excited for it. I know I am. And it's time to chill and build up stream attendance before we start with today's first of 2 games, Crimson Desert. Yes, we're continuing on with the game where you never know what to expect. Every time that we play this game, it felt like I'm playing a completely different game. So what will we do today? I have no idea. If we started playing soccer, all right, and then all of a sudden we're farming, and then, I don't know, painted the sky, I'd be like, oh, that makes sense. Anyway, good morning, everyone. How y'all doing? How y'all doing, and welcome to the show. First off, let's say good morning to everyone, shall we? Good morning to everyone on the YouTube side. Who do we got? We got X Dreamer, Big Baller Boy, Dominic the DJ. We've got Puricato, Rose Diamonds, Mr. Magoo's Eye Doctor, Jonathan, Mike, John, ARP, GP, and Momojai. On the kick side, we got 3 plates of Dino Nuggies, the Mario Handcart, let's see, Mr. Buffalo Bill, Stream Engager, Kate, Cornbread Red, and more. How is everyone? Good morning, good morning. I'm just going to forewarn everyone. This morning, I go downstairs to eat my breakfast, okay? And I start to warm up my sandwich, and I brew my nice black coffee, and I start sneezing. And I'm not kidding you when I tell you, I haven't had control of my sinuses in about an hour. So it must be a big spring day for pollen here today or whatever, because yeah, I cannot stop sneezing. I probably sneezed 3 times since I've been in the studio today, and sadly, I'm someone who has some...
But Phil, you say you're in your studio in the whole hour before you start fucking doing your stream. Sneezing 3 times in a space of an hour isn't a big deal.
Thing called post-nasal drip. That means that when I sneeze, it's like Niagara Falls going down the back of my throat. All right, now the good news here is I have a mute button.
Burger.
So if I need to clear my sinuses or throat, I promise you I'll do my best to hit the mute button so you don't hear it. This used to actually be a big problem in my content, is that I had this issue, and you just have to put up with it, and people said, oh, it's disgusting. Well, this year, this is one of the major changes I...
Yeah, but when people say it's disgusting, you fucking lashed out at them and fucking called them insensitive because you can fucking help it. You say, you fucking... You harass people for calling out this disgusting trait of yours because you couldn't help it. Even though you've always had access to get a fucking mute button implemented.
Is having this drop button so that when I'm doing this, you don't hear it.
Right. I think we're coming back. I think that should be us back now. So Let's see. I don't know how damage I've done here. Yeah, the internet died randomly. You know, I don't know quite exactly sure what happened and what caused all that, you know. But yeah, we're back. I do apologise. Internet just died. Internet just decided, you know what? Fuck you. And okay, so I just obviously I went and used my technical know-how, you know what I mean? You know, I'm a smart guy, you know what I mean? I'm a part of the fucking technological age here, you know what I mean? I know what I'm doing. So I turned the internet off and back on again and hope for the best. And yeah, it seems to have fixed everything. So there we go. Hooray. All's well, it ends well. I'm not sure what happened. I don't quite know how it all happened. I don't know why, but yeah. So yeah, I mean, it was a bit shaky for a while there, you know what I mean? But we're back. So good stuff indeed. So I do apologise for that wee delay, you know. Let's rewind it a few seconds or whatever, and we'll just crack on with things. And so there we go. But it is what it is, nothing we can do. But we're still playing bingo, we're still fucking here. So yeah, let's just, we're still cracking on with things as per usual. So yeah, the stream lives, the stream survives. Let's crack on with things.
Big problem in my content is that I had this issue, and you just have to put up with it, and people said, oh, it's disgusting. Well, this year, this is one of the major changes I instituted, is having this drop button, so that when I'm doing this, you don't hear it. Hopefully this makes it a better viewing and listening experience for you, and it's not a big deal, but just to be forewarned, I may be sneezing today. I may have to blow my nose a bit. It's bothering me. I hope that it stops bothering me during the morning show so that we can have a good gameplay session of Crimson Desert here today, but it's kind of wishful thinking. I have been a lifetime allergy sufferer this time of year, and I think this year is going to be no exception. Okay, so how was everyone this morning? If you can believe it, we hit the ground running here today with support. There was support while the stream just got turned on. Like, I wasn't even on a screen where anything was happening. It was just like the pre-stream roll, and we got support. So let's immediately get to shout-outs, shall we? Okay, so we start off with Tanya Raven, who did a $2 super chat and said, LFG, Crimson Desert is very addicting. Thank you to Tanya Raven for the $2 to start off today. And then Tanya Raven dropped 5 gifted memberships on the community on YouTube. Burger. So thank you to Tanya Raven, not only for the super chat, but for the gifted. That's a great way to start. And everyone who got a gifted, I hope that you thank Tanya for that, and that you'll enjoy a ridiculous amount of emotes that I have on my YouTube channel. I think it's like 30-something emotes, which most people just don't have on YouTube, but I've got the goods. So I hope you enjoy them. Also, Caliban became a standard supporter this morning on YouTube, so let's get that up on the leaderboard as well. Very nice. Now, I'll just throw this out there. It's not super important, but it's something worth mentioning. Today is Tuesday. Tuesday is considered the final streaming day of the week on Kick. What? It's Tuesday. Who would think that Tuesday is the last day of the week? I have no idea, but that's how Kick operates. Anything that I make via Kick today, meaning subs, kicks, and revenue from views, because I'm part of the partner program, it gets cut off at the end of today, and I get credit and paid for later this week. I have no clue how they came up with that cutoff. That's bizarre. But today would be a great day if you are a Kick viewer, to support the content if you can, to become a sub, to give some subs to your fellow viewer, or if you want to throw some kicks my way, that would all be greatly appreciated, because that would actually affect me this week in a positive manner. Okay? Cool. All right. So, what do we want to talk about today? Oh, hold on. It looks like the first tip of the day just came in. Listen to this. Someone tipped $1 and says, implementing the mute button was a submission to your detractors. What silly bait. What silly dilly bait to say something silly like that. You think that a quality of life improvement is submitting to detractors?
You were told for years and years and years to get a mute button, and you told your audience for years and years and years it was not possible for you to fucking get one.
No, I don't believe that, to be honest with you. What I think is that over the years, there have been many things that have been suggested of me, or like, hey, here's the thing that you can do to improve. And then there's been things that have been demanded of me, right? And it all really depends on how you go about it. Honestly, a drop button where you can drop things like coughing, clearing of the throat, snorting, sneezing, etc. is a great idea. It really is. It's just that until recently, when I got this Roland Bridgecast audio interface, I didn't have an easy means to implement a drop button.
I don't have a Roland Bridgecast interface, but I can still fucking mute my streams whenever I want to, because I have got a stream deck. Very easy to mute myself on the fly with my stream deck. I have a button right here for muting and unmuting.
Okay, like I had a touchpad on the top of my microphone for a year, and how do you do that easily? You can't. You're like trying to fumble to touch it or whatever. You can't even do it quickly. Okay, before that, there was no way to easily mute the microphone. Because remember, I didn't even have a stream deck or anything. It wouldn't work with my old PC setup. So it wasn't until just recently that I was actually able to implement these positive changes. I'm very glad that I have. And, you know, yeah, that's the truth is these things have been suggestions for improvement, but it's all about how you suggest it, right? Someone who comes to me and says, hey, just so you know, I really think something that could really be implemented well in your setup would be a drop button. So that way, if something happens, you gotta make a bodily function or whatever, no one has to be grossed out by it. I agree. I just never had the means to do it. So I would explain that rationally to certain people.
I think that is, I think it's unacceptable, to be honest. So, somebody who claims to be as successful as you are wasn't able to implement a mute function on your streams until, what, last year is embarrassing. Phil, this is why you are a very good example of how not to be in general.
People, and they'd be like, oh, okay, I got it. But then the detractor would go heavy and, oh, it's because he's lazy, it's because he's this, he's that, and that's...
Yeah, you are, though, you are. You lashed out at people fucking telling you, implement a drop button. You done the fucking side scrolls interview, and you fucking told everyone, wow, they had a big button for me to press when I had to fucking snort and burp. You know, so I didn't have to, wow, isn't that great? Can you keep it on stream? Nah, I can't do that, it's impossible. Side scrolls, give me a mute button only for an interview only.
It's not the case. And, you know, a lot of the times over the years, I've rationalized things. I remember many, many years ago, people would say this to me, and I would say, well, actually, Howard Stern belches on the mic all the time. Go listen to his show, and he explodes
once again
with loud belches, right?
So you're blaming Howard Stern not only for body functions, but for him being allowed to fucking make Nazi jokes. Howard Stern is your go-to guy for saying, well, if Howard Stern can do it, why can't I?
So that's okay, because if he can do it, and he's like the big radio broadcaster on Earth, then I can do it too, right? Now that's stupid. That's very stupid. But that's the kind of stuff that I used to say to justify my setup, when in reality it was just, I just didn't have a good enough setup. Now I do. So now that I can do it, now that I've, you know, properly got the equipment.
Oh, fuck it, Derek.
Ghost of Derek tipped £1. Every time I press a button on any of my controllers, the buttons never seem to spring back up.
Jesus! That's fucking nasty.
It's just, I just didn't have a good enough setup. Now I do. So now that I can do it, now that I've, you know, properly got the equipment and I can do this stuff, I will do it. Okay? So no troll bait there. You know, I didn't concede to detractors. It was always a good suggestion. I just didn't have a good means to do it.
No, you always had the possibility of implementing it. You chose not to invest in your business for decades to get a better fucking performing like computer or whatever, or implement a stream deck that was gifted to you. Like, like Phil always had the means and the possibility. Oh my fucking god, no. Is it laziness, or is it just greed at not wanting to spend his money on something that was working? You know, it's like, what is that lead or laziness or greed? Lead. Is it laziness or is it greed? It's one or the other. It could be both. It could very well be both, you know? It's probably greed more than anything else. That money that went to the World Champions could have went to fucking, maybe, I don't know, buying another fucking PC to fucking better run your business. Nah, I'm going to drop fucking several thousands of dollars instead on this fucking latest WWE Champions event. More Hogan's, baby.
But now I do. So there you have it, right? Cool.
Boo!
Okay, so I hope that you're all doing well today. Shall we jump into it? Today.
Oh, wait a second. Before we continue, we must refresh this fucking page here. Has Phil banned anyone yet today? Because I'll take it off now if he has. Yes, he has. He banned somebody on YouTube for saying it should have been meaningful to cheat on a game and lie to the people thanks to who you make a living about it. It's insulting when it has been mathematically proven you are a cheater. That got banned. Also banned was reminder that this adult man has been deplatformed multiple times for racial slurs, homophobic slurs, and general bigotry. Do not listen to this man preach and RP as a centrist at you. That got banned by Phil. Also banned. There's no message for this sweet account, but Big Fat Wifey Kitty Cat got banned on YouTube by Phil. He also banned somebody called Dominic, the DJ, for saying you should do a reaction to the new The Last of Us season. Wow, that's a strange. I assume that was an accidental. No, that was not an accidental ban. Why on earth would you ban somebody for suggesting that Phil should react to the new The Last of Us season? How is that ban worthy? That is unhinged as all hell. Oh my fuck, yeah, he's banned several people today. So yeah, but we're definitely counting leaning ban on the card for sure. Let's get that ticked off right fucking now. There we go.
The schedule finally is a little different than it has been in the recent weeks. And what I mean by that is for the last 3 weeks, basically all of my gaming lineup has been the same. It's been a day of Dragon Quest and RimWorld, then a day of Pokemon Fire Red and Retro Rewind, and then a day of Crimson Desert and Street Fighter 6. Well, I'm done with Street Fighter 6, all right, officially. So because of that, now things are mixing up a bit, and due to the new releases of Mouse PI for Hire this coming Thursday and Pragmata this coming Friday, we need to mix up the streams. So that is what we're doing. All right, today, it's actually going to be the continuation of Crimson Desert on this stream, and then later tonight, another stream of RimWorld. I am excited for that. I think that, first off, with Crimson Desert, you have no clue what you're going to do. So it could be a great stream of action and story development and new things unlocked, or it could be a stream of running around in circles collecting items. I don't know. Like, you don't know what you're going to do in this game. I'm ready, whatever it is. And again, as I've explained to you guys, as long as you guys keep coming by, keep hanging out, keep engaging, and keep supporting Crimson Desert, I'll keep it in the rotation. All right? It may not be the major focus, especially with these new games coming out that I'll be honest, I am more interested in than Crimson Desert continuing. I'll still keep it up as long as you guys keep showing up for it. All right? And so far you have. You've come through on that agreement, that understanding that if you're here and you engage and you support Crimson Desert, I'll keep it rolling. So here we are. And I'm actually playing it twice this week. Once today, and then later on, okay, on Friday night. Yes, I think I'm doing it as the final stream of the week on Friday night. Now that's a little different. I haven't played Crimson Desert as a night stream except for release day. So I do hope that people are going to come by as a late night stream and enjoy Crimson Desert. I don't know what's going to happen. Sometimes I shift these games from day to night, and all of a sudden, all of the attention falls off. I hope that's not what happens, because I have to use day streams for whatever's new and hype, so I have to play the new releases on day streams coming up.
Who fucking cares?
I'm excited for Crimson Desert. I'm also very excited for more RimWorld tonight, because we got the second run. Well, not really a second run. Technically, it's my 4th run in the game, but my second real run. And we are doing a Sanguinator. Basically, it's a vampire, okay? Now the vampire...
Oh, he didn't mute that in time. He didn't mute that one in time.
Sanguinator. Basically, it's a vampire, okay?
Oh, that was a huge beefy one. He did trim. He trimmed some of the store. Some of it got trimmed, but that was that was quite reverberating in my fucking headphones.
We are doing a Sanguinator. Basically, it's a vampire, okay? Now, the vampire has superpowers, and it's interesting to see how it goes, all right? So I hope that you guys will join me to see if I can keep everyone alive without drinking each other's blood, but also to see how we can adapt to the rotation, adapt to the environment location is what I meant to say, because basically we are in a new climate that is going to get cold. It's going to actually have a winter, which we didn't have on that last 40-hour run. It was eternal summer. So it's the opposite. Instead of trying to cool down with air conditioning, we now have to find a way to stay warm. I'm not sure if that's going to be tougher or easier. We'll have to see as we continue, okay? So, I'm excited. I hope you are too. And good stuff tonight, all right? Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to chat. We're going to build up some attendance before we begin with Crimson Desert today. We're going to play about 3 hours of Crimson Desert on today's afternoon stream. So I hope that you guys will stick around and join me for that. As for gaming news today, there is a little bit of news, all right? The one thing that's a weird piece of news is that there is a buzz or a rumor coming out of all places Naughty Dog, all right? Now, you might say, Naughty Dog? Like, they completely fell off after Last of Us 2. They were supposed to make an entire multiplayer game based around The Last of Us. That got canceled. They're supposedly making this intergalactic game, but where is it? We have no idea, and there's no information about when it's coming out yet, and it looks woke. So, who really cares? It's a good question. But the rumor that came out this morning about Naughty Dog is that they have decided to actually make a Last of Us Part 3. Firstly, you have to wonder, what would it be about? The continuation of the plotline of Ellie and Abby going their separate ways? Maybe. Not sure. All right. But the thing is, since The Last of Us 2 released, things have changed. Okay? When The Last of Us 2 released in 2020, the world was a different place. We were in COVID lockdowns. The Black Lives Matter movement was hugely prominent in...
Phil? What does this have to do with the video game The Last of Us, which is mainly about fucking like a zombie outbreak kind of thing, you know? Why, oh my god, what the fuck? I'm gonna let the bad man cook here. What the fuck is he talking about though?
Different place. We were in COVID lockdowns. The Black Lives Matter movement was hugely prominent in social media.
So okay, he's talking about Last of Us 3 potentially getting made. And Phil is laying the groundwork for how times have changed since Last of Us 2 came out. And he started off by saying, you know, COVID and then Black Lives Matter and all that stuff. Oh, and also, Dapper Dragon gifted us very kindly your laugh to add. So we have your giddy laugh as a part of our bingo soundboard now.
Come the fuck.
Let's see if I can find it. What is it? What is it? What is it? Not that
You're
one.
fucking
Not that one. Not that one. No. No.
Is there
No.
not? Shut
No.
your.
Not that one. No.
Welcome.
No.
Oh God,
No.
you're
No.
fucking
No.
shout is
No.
I mean, it's
No.
terrible.
No. That's me. No, that's me again.
fucking
That's no. No.
Shut your.
What is it?
shut.
Not that one. What is
It's
it?
terrible.
No, it's not.
Welcome.
No.
Oh God.
Not that one.
God.
Not that one.
Titanic, mother.
Not that one. What is
Is
it?
there nothing?
It's here.
God.
Somewhere.
And she's a bitch.
Not that one.
You're fucking stupid.
No.
The answers are
No.
Welcome.
No. No.
Shut your.
No.
Titanic.
No.
Shout is
No.
Titanic.
No.
You're fucking.
No. 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 No.
Oh shut.
What is it? What is it?
Fucking shush. Welcome.
It's here. It's somewhere
Shout
here.
is spider.
I mean, it's
It's
terrible. Is
somewhere
there
here.
nothing?
Sorry.
There we go. Finally got it. It's a random Scottish soundboard for a reason. We got there in the end. I had to cycle the fucking button like fucking 50 times or something, but we got there in the end. That giddy laugh there. Jesus Christ. We got that in the end. Jesus, man. Oh, hell. Yeah, Sideways is calling it a naughty anti-laugh. Yeah. All I know is it makes me feel better, so there we go. Got that added to the soundboard. So thank you once again for a valuable contribution to the Scottish soundboard, Moki. Although Dapper Dragon was the one behind the club, of course.
And human culture. Okay? Lots of things have been pushed to the liberal front. But it's now 2026, and in the last 6 years, there has been a polarizing pendulum shift from the left all the way to the right. Meaning, games that attempt to be woke, like The Last of Us 2 most definitely attempted to do, aren't doing well anymore. In fact, they are failing. They are completely flopping. So, is Naughty Dog going to actually attempt this again? And are they thinking that by the time that they finish The Last of Us Part 3, that maybe the pendulum will be swinging back left? It very well could be, because these games don't get made overnight. It could be another 5 years for this game to come out, and by 2031, maybe everything will have swung back again, okay? But here's the funny part about all of this, all right? The piece that people seem to be stumbling over is that the leak or the news rumor is that The Last of Us 3 will be coming out. However, Naughty Dog does have 2 other projects that they're working on first that will come out before Last of Us 3. The first being Intergalactic, which we all know. They're already making that one, so we know that that one's coming out first. But also, apparently, they're making Uncharted 5.
I mean, I'm not actually shocked at that because Uncharted has done very well for him over the years, time and time again. So why not fucking go back to the fucking, you know, serious and do more? Although, like, what's he fucking going to battle next? You know, old age. Like, what the fuck, man?
Uncharted 5. That's mind-blowing and head-scratching at the same time. Why? Well, Uncharted 4 ended on a high note, a positive end for the series. Essentially, Nathan Drake and Elena, they ride off into the sunset as a family. They have a daughter now who they're teaching about archaeology and things like that. And it just seems like that was the perfect way to end it.
Maybe the daughter can fucking carry on the fucking daddy's footsteps, or maybe that could be an interesting thing, you know? You know, inspired by daddy's stories of heroics, whatever, and the fucking daughter tries to fucking prove himself, you know? I don't know.
Was there Uncharted content afterward? Yes, but it was a standalone DLC featuring 2 of the side characters going on an adventure together, and it purposefully left Nathan Drake out of it because that made sense. He's already had his epilogue story, per se, okay? So, Uncharted 5 sounds very bizarre to me. You know what this reminds me of? Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny or whatever. We already had your happy ending. Did you see Crystal Skull? He got married. That was the happy ending that everyone wanted.
I wouldn't fucking associate Crystal Skull as anything positive to do with the Indiana Jones franchise. No, Crystal Skull was an abomination from start to finish. You know? It was... No. You cannot associate the words happy ending with Crystal Skull, okay? That is blasphemy, I'd say. But again, it's like, I mean... If Harrison Ford wants to keep making those movies, then he'll fucking drag his old arse out into the fucking... and keep trying to make them. It taught us how to survive a nuclear blast. Oh yeah, just climb into some random refrigerator. Yeah, a random refrigerator will save you from a big nuclear fucking blast. Didn't Fallout 4 do that before Crystal Skull, or was it after? I don't know. Someone that wasn't there some character in Fallout 4, like some boy or something, who was in a fridge and like became like a ghoul or whatever. I was locked in the fridge when the bomb dropped. I was locked in the fridge and I still turned into a ghoul or something. But I'm not sure if that was before or after a Crystal Skull fucking movie. Oh hell, Jesus Christ, man. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. Phil Lakes is happy ending for Indiana Jones, even though they fucking made another movie like the Clock in Time or something.
Wanted. Why is there another movie? Why are you ruining the story and the lore of this character? What is going on? Okay? But even more confusing about all of this is that all of this news is not in line with what actually has been going on with Neil Druckmann and what he's been saying in recent years. Allow me to explain. So 2-3 years ago, The Last of Us Season 1 released on HBO Max, and it was critically acclaimed. It blew up in popularity. Everyone was talking about it. Oh my God, what a great adaptation of a game into a television show, you know, shaking the industry. Wow, they finally made a good video game TV show for the first time ever, right? Now in reality, let's be honest here, the reason that The Last of Us Season 1 was good is because it was based on The Last of Us Part 1, the first game. You know, the one Neil Druckmann didn't write. That's why it was good.
And basically, Phil Bonnell hates Neil Druckmann. I mean, you might as well stop talking about the fucking game at this point, Phil, and just fucking talk about how much fucking Neil Druckmann pisses you off, okay? Just, we should abandon the pretense of you caring about fucking Last of Us, and you care more about fucking saying Neil Druckmann's a fucking bad human being.
And to be honest, every single time that Druckmann put his fingers into the plot and changed it for the show, i.e. the entire episode that was about the guy who was a side character for one chapter, now having an entire episode about his gay relationship with another guy that he met in this zombie apocalypse and how they survived until finally one of them died and he was a survivor later on. It has nothing to do whatsoever with the plot of The Last of Us. And he decided to interject that again into the show for his woke vibes and his leftist agendas, okay? That stuff didn't really shine as well because it didn't make sense. But everything that he stuck to the plot of Last of Us 1 for worked well, and that's why the show was so praised. So, basically, after that first season released, he went to overdrive trying to produce and make The Last of Us Season 2. And when he did that, he basically lost focus on game development. And in fact, during interviews at this time frame, he had said, I think basically this next game that I'm going to make is my last one. I'm feeling burnt out on games. I don't really want to make games anymore. I think I want to be like a media guy. I want to make shows and movies and things like that. He thought that because of the success of The Last of Us Season 1, that he was going to break into Hollywood as some
kind of like you fucking thought of that with Project 7.
Some kind of either a director, writer, producer, whatever. Okay? Well, the funny part about that was, it couldn't have been further from what really happened. Hollywood rejected him. He tried to go to red carpet premieres. He tried to be part of the discussion of up-and-coming, you know, directors and stuff. Hollywood did not like this guy at all. Okay? They shunned him. They did not want to associate him. They did not want to hire him for any work or anything. Basically, they were like, this guy is an outsider, and we can tell he's a poser trying to get in with us, and we don't like him. So basically, what happened was, 2-3 years, he's trying to break his foot into the industry, can't do it, so he just focuses on Last of Us 2, and in the meantime, he completely cancels the Last of Us multiplayer game. Despite the fact that game developers have come out and outright said it was close to being completed, he just gave up on it and canceled the whole thing. So all those years that people were looking forward to it, he kept promising it, and in fact, it's a broken promise, because if you actually remember, The Last of Us 1 had multiplayer. And when The Last of Us 2 was coming out, we were also promised it would have multiplayer. But then, only like 6 months before the release of the game, it was announced the multiplayer is being dropped. It will not be part of this release, but he's going to make a full-on multiplayer game later, only for it to be canceled. So it's broken promise after broken promise, you see? So Last of Us 2 comes out, flops. Way less views than Season 1, okay? Critically panned, bad writing, bad plot, people making fun of the actor. Why? Because the actor who plays Ellie, now it's come to find out, wasn't just a girl when they filmed Season 1. She's an actress who actually has a physical condition where her body isn't really growing or aging. So she endlessly looks like a little girl, and she always will look like a little girl for her whole life, pretty much. So Season 1, it fit, because that was supposed to be little girl Ellie. But Season 2 was supposed to be young adult Ellie, right? In her 20s or whatever. And she looks exactly the same. So it's a little girl running around murdering adults, which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. It's absolute nonsense. Okay, so everyone just completely made fun of it, destroyed this thing, saying, what a horrible show. So there is a Season 3 coming, only because they didn't finish the plot of The Last of Us 2 in that season. So there's only one more season coming, and they're outright saying that's going to be it. Like, the show didn't do so well in Season 2. There's no way they're going to extend it past Season 3. This will be the third and final season for The Last of Us show. So, why am I talking about all this? Well...
And at this point here, he banned Dominic the DJ for saying you should do a reaction to a new Last of Us season. Well, Dominic also said you should get more content on Invincible versus since you spent money in it. Well, you know, Dominic is basically suggesting things all stream long, apparently. And Phil was fed up of somebody constantly suggesting them things to potentially do to try and make content about. So I think that's why Phil banned. Yeah, everybody loves Draven, and Phil's chats that can be banned, dominated. Phil banned him because somebody asked him. A member asked Phil, can we ban him? And Phil said, okay. I don't even think Phil read what he said. But I seen the member ask, can we ban him? And Phil said, okay, no problem. But technically, they done nothing wrong, as far as I could tell.
Because as I said, Neil Druckmann was saying in interviews just a couple years ago, I'm burnt out on games, this multiplayer game will be my last one, and then I'm moving on. But what happened was Hollywood rejected him, and The Last of Us Season 2 flopped miserably. So because of that, guess what? He's back. Now we have Uncharted 5 coming out, apparently, and then The Last of Us 3. And this never would have happened if this guy had gotten into Hollywood. So it just shows, sadly, this guy has no passion for what he actually does. He just wants to be prominent in some way. He wants to be known as a big shot. That's why he's doing it. Because if he had passion, he never would have canceled his multiplayer game. He never would have tried to get into Hollywood to begin with. Sad. This guy's got a giant head, always has. And now he's essentially going to bring down everything that's been created by Naughty Dog. Because now he's going to continue Uncharted. Well, guess what? I have zero faith that this guy's going to make a good Uncharted 5. Zero. I have absolutely no belief in my head that this guy could actually make an Uncharted game that's worth playing on his lonesome. You gotta remember with Uncharted 4, that was a game that was more than half done. Then he fired the woman who was in charge of the Uncharted franchise, or she left, or both. It's unclear because of an NDA. No one actually knows what happened there. And then he took what she had already done and retooled it into what he made into Uncharted 4. Meaning Uncharted 5 will be the first time he'll be making a game from the ground up himself as the director. Based on his track record, do you really think that it's going to be good? Hirovash in the YouTube chat just said it. He says, Uncharted 5 probably will now be based around Nathan's daughter, and watch, he'll kill off Nathan. Yeah, I would believe that. I would believe that in Uncharted 5, it starts off with the daughter and him, and then Nathan gets killed.
Honestly, that would work, wouldn't it? I mean, why would that not work? Nathan's story is finished. His adventuring days are behind him. But it could inspire his daughter to fucking step into his shoes as some sort of fucking revenge plot because somebody... I mean, I've not played... Okay, full context, full disclosure. Full disclosure, I've not played the game. I have a rough idea of the series. You know, he goes around, gets shot a lot. Or sorry, isn't it? The game's premise is that every single bullet fired towards him misses him. You know, every single bullet, you don't take damage in Uncharted. Every bullet misses you, but the one bullet that hits you kills you. Eventually, if you don't like take cover in time or whatever, which is a strange premise. But yeah, but so if he settled down, you know, like wouldn't that like lead the way? If something happens like Nathan Drake, and it could be the case of the daughter, you know, I don't know, that redeems the father because you know, one of these fucking guys that had a vendetta against Nathan Drake finally gets him, and so the daughter's like, okay, I'm going to step in my dad's shoes. I don't know, that could work as a premise, as a plot. I don't know, but there we go. But then again, I don't fucking know the series too well. I'm just spitballing here. I don't know. But yeah, but I don't know. I am not very clued up on the Uncharted universe, you know what I mean? So I'm saying that as a complete fucking, you know, outsider of that. Ben is just saying no. So there we go. I understand, you'll know. Well, yeah, that's a good point as well. That's a good point as well. I'm describing every goddamn movie and game last, well, not just 10 years. It is a very common trope, for sure.
The most popular character in the franchise, right? The strong male lead, kill his ass, so we can have a teenage girl as the lead of the Uncharted franchise moving forward for his own agenda.
I mean, what's wrong with women being the lead character in some sort of adventure game? Yeah, watch the fucking, you know, Tomb Raider. You know?
I would not be shocked whatsoever if that's what happened. Seriously. So, anyway, yeah, interesting news. So, yeah, here's the thing, though, and here's what my belief is.
Burger?
Intergalactic, okay? When is it coming out? We don't know yet, right? It doesn't actually have a solid release date. But the thing is, times have changed, right? Gaming has changed. Culture has changed. People are not looking for woke games anymore. And the ones that are coming out, few and far between, they're not doing very well. They end up for a very small audience, and yes, they can usually find an audience, but they're not resonating with the mainstream gamers anymore. The mainstream gamers are making fun of these games online, tearing them a new butthole. And even those that manage to be successful, to some extent, are not reaching the levels of success as things before. For example, Ghost of Yokai, Ghost of Yotai, right? Where it's basically the same game as Ghost of Tsushima, only they swapped the protagonist to be a woman, and apparently, from what I understand, has a few things in it that are a little bit left-leaning, but not too many. But basically, it was an attempt to swap it out and do the same game twice, but now...
So right there, Kula, is pretty much what he means by woke games. If your lead character is a woman, you're woke. If it has any themes of, like, you know, like, is there any is there any, like, you know, homosexuality in the game? Oh, how woke, you know what I mean? No. So, you know, female character, you're woke, you know? You know, gay, you're woke. Anything, you know, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Any sign of, I don't know. It's like, I'm trying to think what Phil hates in games and he was declared it woke because it's involved in a game. Jesus Christ, man. It's like, I don't know. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, maybe somebody will ask Phil to define woke. And maybe Phil give his own interpretation of what woke is. Oh yeah, of course, that's woke as well. If the main character's urban, Phil's like, good news, Phil. The lead character's a man. He's like, yes, it's not woke. But wait, it's bad news. It's bad news. He's black. Fingernails chew intensely.
I'll have it lean a little bit that way. And guess what? Did it do well? It did, but not as well as the first game. Didn't win awards, not in the discussion anymore, swept under the rug as if it never existed. That's what's happening with these kind of games. So I'm curious, what's going to happen when this Intergalactic game comes out? I mean, they're putting all their eggs in one basket right now. They have nothing else happening. Like I said, the order is Intergalactic, Uncharted 5, Last of Us 3. Well, if Intergalactic doesn't do well, I wouldn't count on Uncharted 5 or Last of Us 3. I'm just saying, like, they don't have anything going for them right now. The show has tanked, and they're only making a season 3, so it's not a cliffhanger ending with no true ending. And they already kicked him off the show. Something I forgot to mention here. They kicked him off the show. They literally kicked Neil Druckmann off the show and said, we don't want you making Last of Us TV show anymore because season 2 sucked. So he's done, and they got someone else finishing the show for him. So, yeah, for me, I hear all this news and I'm like, man, gaming has changed. Because it used to be, hey, a great game is coming out from this tried and true intellectual property, and we all love it. It's like, wow, we get excited for games. Oh, we can't do that anymore. Right? We can't. Everything has to have politics interjected into it. Everything has to have egos interjected into it. Everything has to have drama. Why can't we just have good games? It's a good question, isn't it? What happened to just being able to trust certain companies with pumping out high-quality games that we know are going to be worth our dollar every year? Seems like...
But that's quite an ignorant approach, in my opinion. Like, if you're going to assume something's going to be great before it's even fucking been made because a company's involved, you shouldn't go into it that way. You know what I mean? That is exactly how you get bad games. Because these fucking video game developers will just ride off the expectation that people just fucking buy their game regardless of how much effort they put into it. You're actually fucking sad that people aren't going to be loyal to a brand regardless of the quality of the content. Because they made one good thing, everything after that should be fucking bought and invested in, even if it's fucking crap. Because of the one good thing they made fucking before. That is stupid, Phil. That is just plain ignorant. To fucking want to go with that route, you know? Like, for God's sake. It's... yeah. Okay, what really is Phil upset about? He wants more video games that are good so he can make lots of money playing them. That's what it all boils down to. He wants more good games that'll make him lots and lots of money. He wants Resident Evil times 20. You know, in terms of, you know, that kind of success rate.
Like these games are few and far between these days, right? In the very least, with a company like Capcom, the games that they're coming out with these days, such as Resident Evil Requiem, they seem to still be hitting it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they seem to be trustworthy. But I think Capcom these days is the exception to the rule. For every Capcom, right, we've got Bethesda, right, or BioWare. Companies that used to pump out great games, and now they're just pumping out schlock or crap. It's like, what happened? How the mighty have fallen. Just give me a good game. I used to be able to love everything they did, and now we can't do that anymore. So I hear the news, oh, Naughty Dog's going to be making Last of Us 3, and I'm like, oh, Last of Us 3 after 2, I don't know. Oh, by the way, that's after Uncharted 5. I'm like, Uncharted 5? No. Anyway, so that's really the only game news I have to talk about today. I figured, let's get the topic out there and discuss it for a little bit before we jump into other stuff and we chill for a bit, okay? Okay. Wait a minute. Oh, crap. Hold on a second here. Hold on 1 second, because I think a tip came in and I accidentally might have deleted. Hold on. I did. This was a mistake. So someone tipped $2 and said, I feel the pendulum has swung too far onto the other side now, and it's gotten silly. It's not just woke games that are being rejected, but any game that stars a woman or a black person is instantly branded woke by outrage bait YouTubers, and then it's rejected even if it's good.
Oh, hello. Hello. Phil? You're one of those fucking people who reject that game for that sort of thing. So come on. Let's hear you rationalize this.
I'm going to agree with you there. Because as I told people, I'm not like conservative right, and I'm not like woke left.
Really? Yeah, are you sure about that? Are you sure about that, Phil? Because I would argue that's a lot of fucking shite. You know, I smell shite.
I'm more in the middle, and I just want to enjoy games. So for me, there's nothing worse.
You sit in the middle, not really, but you claim you sit in the fucking middle, not because, you know, of like, you know, any moral thing, but you claim to sit in the middle so you don't piss off your fans. You're terrified you're gonna fucking you're gonna piss off a potential whale who's either on the right or the left, and they won't give you any more money. Therefore, you claim you're centrist so you don't piss off anyone, and they'll keep giving you money regardless of their fucking politics.
Then I'm gonna start a game today, and immediately before I even booted the game, I got people yelling at me in chat, oh, this game is woke, this game is crap, this game sucks, because Wait, what are you talking about? Are you playing it yet? Like, have you even seen a moment of it? Or do you just believe everything you hear online because you like to join hate mobs to feel like you're a part of something, right? Can we just judge a game on its own merits? And, you know, for me, the game last year where that outright happened was South of Midnight, where I started playing the game, and yes, the protagonist was a young black woman. That's true, okay? And yes, it was set in, what, like the bayous of Louisiana, you know? So Creole and that kind of culture or whatever. And it was interesting art style. The gameplay felt to me more like a throwback to the PS2 era of platformers and combat games and stuff like that, like, you know, Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter and stuff like that. I enjoyed the 2-3 hours of it that I played. The entire time I'm playing, the chat is screaming, this game is woke, this game is leftist, this game is liberal, this game is crap, stop playing it, we're not going to watch it, we're not going to support it, we reject it. And I'm like, we can't even just enjoy games anymore, huh? Everything has to be this agenda. Everything has to be one way or the other. Why? Why have we completely inundated and permeated life with politics and culture wars? Why can't we just enjoy fucking video games at face value?
I mean, you could have fucking rebelled against your fucking community and said, hey guys, I'm enjoying this game and I'm going to keep playing it. But you chose to fucking go with a hate mob. That says a lot about you and your fucking moral compass right there, Phil.
And that's somebody right there who's already got a compromised moral compass.
I just don't get it. It drives me bonkers. Boo! So I'm with you there. $2 tipper, anonymous tipper. I'm with you. I'm not saying that I am completely to the one side or the other side. I'm not saying, oh, you know, every game should not have any kind of, you know, topic that's discussing diversity or, you know, even liberal agendas and things like that. They're a part of life. The difference is doing it in a way that's reasonable, doing it in a way that's realistic, and doing it in a way that's not preachy and trying to shove something down your throat. I don't care if a character is gay, trans, black, or another minority. I don't care.
You seem to fucking do, though.
How does that affect the game? It really doesn't. And if it's written into the game as a natural part of the game, that character just exists because in real life, those people also exist and they're to be accepted as part of society as a norm, right? It's fine that they're part of life, right? So
Sideways Welshman has threatened to use their full house ticket in about 20 minutes time if Phil is still being insufferable. I would tell you to maybe hold off on that. Maybe give it a bit longer than that, you know. Give it a chance. Give the card a chance, you know. We're doing quite well. Phil is snorting a lot. We're getting a lot of free spaces. We might need it another time. I feel like we hopefully can win bingo today. Without the full house ticket being required, you know what I mean? And so we'll see. Also, you can do it what you want. You have a full house ticket, yeah, we'll give it a chance.
Why then do a lot of these games, instead of acting like this is just a normal thing, turn that into the focus of everything in the game, right? That's the focal point of the discussions of the game. I'll give you an example.
Okay, I'm still jealous of that fucking pizza you fucking had, you know. And yes, I am hungry. I haven't eaten anything yet, so I'm hungry. But yeah, I'm jealous you got a Domino's every day.
Example. Life is Strange 2. Anyone remember that? A lot of people have forgotten it because it's the Life is Strange plot that has nothing to do with Max and Chloe, so everyone kind of swept it under the rug and forgot it ever existed. But Life is Strange 2 is about two Hispanic brothers, one of which is discovered to have superpowers that he can't really control properly, right? The story starts off as, oh, we're kind of on the run because he has superpowers and he's accidentally destroying stuff. The game literally degrades into an ultra preachy game where everyone who's white in the game is a racist. I'm not kidding. And in fact, there's one white character in the game who's not racist, and he's an ultra-liberal writer for some, like, publication. Like, he's like an indie writer or something. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Every other white...
I mean, that just might be the community... That just might be that community they're in. And that happens sometimes. Sometimes you get communities, whether it's like people like white people or black people or Indian people, whatever, sometimes the communities themselves are just kind of ingrained not to trust something that's different from them for whatever reason. You know, that's not the game trying to say every single whitey is a fucking baddie or whatever, you know what I mean? That's just the area that we're in. Like you walked into the wrong town or whatever, you know what I mean? But that happens, oh, for God's sake.
person in the game is like a bad person. Oh, we all hate Hispanics and we're prejudiced against them and we can't trust them. What? And the problem is when you make a game like that, okay, you might have people who believe it. There might be people who might play that game and be like, oh, so all white people are racist. Just innately, they can't help it. They're just racist.
What the fuck? Excuse me, what?
That's not true. And that's messed up that the game represented it like that, because then people will think that that's fact, when it's not.
I mean, Phil, you're going to complain about every sort of like, World War game portraying the Germans as evil? Are you going to be all sympathetic towards the Germans for, for being portrayed as this sort of evil, people? Or is that not applicable in this situation?
So that's what I mean. Could there have been a plot in there where there was like a racist person and they had to deal with them? Sure. But do we need to have 5 episodes where every episode is hammered into us that white people are racist against Hispanics? No, we didn't need that. In fact, that was more hurtful than helpful in any...
It hurt you. Are you saying you were hurt? The game hurt your feelings? The game hurt your feelings because you thought the game was calling you racist? Really? Are you fucking for real? Holy shit.
Okay, it's not representative of reality, okay? So that's what I mean. You can have these plots where you have these topics discussed as long as it's done intelligently and responsibly. And I think that's the big word here, responsibility, okay? In reality in life, variety is the spice of life. Diversity is a part of life that's very important. If everyone were exactly the same, do you know what would happen? Life would be boring. If everything was the same, if everything was homogenized, if everyone was the same color, and if everyone was exactly acting the same, looking the same, being the same, life would suck. Really. It's in that diversity and that difference and that variety that things get interesting, okay? And every day when you go down the street, you probably see different people of different races, different creeds, different genders, different everything, right? Different ideology. And that's...
Says a person that doesn't leave his fucking house. Jesus fucking Christ.
Cool. As long as we all agree to get along and not murder each other over it, I think that's fine, right? So why is it that when you play a video game, it's always got to be one way or the other way? You know what I'm saying?
So there are 2 people, Phil, arguably. You have gone after several individuals on the internet over the course of 15 plus years of your content creation, okay? There are 2 people that you could argue you have gone after aggressively far more than anyone else, okay? So never mind you going after Keemstar, or going after Sons of Kojima, or, or Evil AJ, There are 2 individuals that stand out as to who you have gone after more aggressively than anyone else. LTG and Tevin. Just by sheer coincidence, they're both black. I'm just saying, Phil, you didn't seem to be this aggressively angry towards, Keemstar. I didn't really have much anger towards. In fact, you're quite actually pally with him. You're quite cozy with him right now, or he wants to be anyway. But yeah, I'm just saying, Phil. It's kind of funny how your level of absolute hatred and aggression towards people like LTG and Tevin, it doesn't really go to other individuals on internet, Like Wings doesn't get that sort of level of hatred. RTU doesn't get that level of hatred. You mock RTU, but you also don't spend much time on them compared to LTG, for example. You can't fucking wait to fucking make fun of. It's funny that.
We don't need this to be the focal point of games today, but it seems like game developers are intent on making it the focal point. And that doesn't mean ultra left or ultra right is correct. Neither are. If you see my point here. You could have a game where you have different factions, and maybe some of them believe an ideology one this way and one that way, and you know what it could be? You decide who you want to side with. Not the game is preachy to you, telling you that ideology is the good and right one, that ideology is the bad one, and if you don't agree with that, shame on you. You're a degenerate.
Is Phil wanting a game to fucking let him be racist if he chooses to be so? It sounds like Phil is asking for a game that would allow him to have the option, if he wanted to be an absolute racist fucker, if the game allows it as an option.
Meth Bear tipped £5. America welcomes the big booty single Latinas.
I cannot argue with that. Who fucking doesn't love big booty single Latinas? Oh hell, if only loved the fucking Scottish climate, man. Oh my god, you know. But those big booties don't do well in the fucking the freezing cold of Scotland. There we go. But yeah, I must concur with you. You know what I mean? Like it's a slightly raise his hands. We see you. Kyle Dixon, yes, we do. There we go. Oh hell. I mean, it's Phil though. It's like, I don't know. It's like this is not him talking. You know. This is not really his point of view here. He's regurgitating all his fucking random, like he's pretending like it's such a weird fucking diatribe from Phil, man. It's like there's no real point to it. He's just going around in fucking circles here. Like with Phil, I mean, didn't Resident Evil one of the Resident Evil games get a lot of flack by being set in some sort of like fucking place in Africa where you are playing as like some white guy as a hero or whatever, and every single enemy is a black guy, zombie or whatever? Wasn't that some sort of combo, you know, and there was some stink made about that. Did Phil get upset playing Resident Evil 5? Did Phil cry about why all the black people are trying to attack that one nice white guy? Like, did he have some sort of strange, like, moral quandary about it? You know what I mean? Or did he just say, "Oh, this is great"? Well, it was a Phil's favourite game ever because he got to fucking like, play as one white guy, killing every single black guy around him possible. Ah, Christ, man.
That ideology is the bad one, and if you don't agree with that, shame on you. You're a degenerate. When did video games become this? I thought the whole idea was choice, freedom, that you could do it and play it how you want, and maybe even go both ways to see different outcomes, and that's kind of the variety and interest and entertainment value of the game. Not, oh, we've decided for you that this was the moral choice, and if you didn't make it, screw you. There you go. So anyway, that's my take on it. Maybe you guys disagree. Let's see what people want to talk about. What do you guys think?
Burger.
Okay.
Who fucking cares?
Boo! Anybody care what this guy thinks?
No!
So, starting over here, Broden says, this crap was never an issue. We had all humor and reality. These issues are not something you're born with. It's taught. My friends were friends. Color, gender, and religion were never an issue. You're right. When I was growing up, I was in a multicultural, diverse neighborhood. Okay, I was...
Secretly, if I could pretend for a second he had friends.
White. My next door neighbor was white. One house over, Puerto Rican. Another house over, black. We were all friends. We didn't give a shit. We didn't care. We really didn't care. Who gives a shit? When you're a kid, you don't even understand. Difference of skin, what the fuck does that mean? Right? No one knows. Everyone just wants to hang out. Yeah, I agree with you. You know, these things we grow into them, we get taught into it, rather than it being part of your natural way of things. That I'll agree with. Mo4 says people that create culture steer the culture, and people who create get to decide. You're right. You're right. And that, I feel, is part of what's going on, is the people who are creating went so far in one direction, right? And that there was almost a revolt. And now it's like the $2 tipper said, it may not even be the case that a game that's coming out is liberal.
That's why I banned Big Fat Wifey Kitty Cat. So even though there's technically no message whatsoever, technically that super chat doesn't count as a chat message. And that's why they weren't shown as having a chat messaging when they got banned. So that makes a lot of sense. And so they got banned here. Big Fat Wifey Kitty Cat got banned by no message found though. It says no message found on here. You know? But they were banned because of that super chat. Which is, by the way, I mean, waste of fucking money. Stupid to give Phil $2 just to say that. Well, hey, I'm new here, not a fan of the drama. No. Oh, it's a waste of fucking $2 though, so you should get mocked for it.
Right? But basically what they'll do is try to shoot down anything that's not now in line with their own way of thinking or ideology immediately, because now that's the thing to do, right? Cancel everything that even has a taste of what could be considered liberal or leftist, which also is wrong, for the record. I don't know why everyone thinks that, essentially, how can I say it? Why everyone thinks that...
There's a super chat there, which is maybe more in line with... This is such old convo. You losers think you're breaking new ground. This conversation was done to death. Talk about something actually fun. Yeah, I mean, once again, Phil is just spending like 20 minutes going in circles trying to fucking get all randomly. I'm a centrist, but games should be this and like, no more woke games and it's just, yeah. This is like a rerun from Phil today. This is like a rerun.
It's my way or the highway. That it's either got to be all the way over here, all the way over here. There's no middle ground. We can't get along, right? I just don't get it. That's why I'm nervous about Uncharted 5, because I love Uncharted. I've liked every single game Uncharted 1 to 4. Now, the franchise will be solely in the hands of Neil Druckmann, the guy who single-handedly destroyed Last of Us. So, is he going to do the same thing with Uncharted? I hope not. Jay Freezebees is very upset. He says, this is such an old convo. You losers think you're breaking new ground.
You know, I like how Phil pointed at the camera. Like, Phil, he was also calling you a loser, by the way. You're pointing at the camera trying to deflect him calling you a loser as well.
This conversation has been done to death. Talk about something actually fun. All right, let's do it. Jay Freezebees, thanks for $5. Let's talk about something different. In fact, let's see what Jay Freezebees wants to talk about today. Go ahead, Jay Freezebees, you got the floor. You tell us all what you would like to talk about right now.
You know, this should be good.
Let's hear it. No, he's not saying anything now.
Give him fucking time, for fuck's sake. There's a big delay from you talking to chat fucking responding, Phil.
He's not answering. Okay.
I'm keeping an eye out. I'm keeping an eye out.
What is this song?
You picked it. You're a DJ, you dumb bastard.
All right, $2 tipper just said, I think the best way to do it is when it's like an interpretive version of the universe, like an X-Men and Mutants, or Dragon Age with the mages, and how you can side with the mages or the Templars in Dragon Age, or Mass Effect with the Krogan and the Genophage, or Cerberus or Prohuman, etc. Well, yeah, like here's the thing. There is a way to creatively interject these kind of social issues, but not make it all so serious, right? Like you can make a representation of something like that in a fantasy setting where people are forced to choose, but then you can choose the other side, see what happens, and then you can make a decision for yourself based on the game universe and its lore, rather than saying...
Did Phil ban the guy? Is that why I couldn't respond? Nah, it wasn't banned. I mean, I just want to check that. It hasn't banned the guy from responding.
Oh, here's a game, and by the way, it's the actual issue of real life shoved down your throat, and if you don't make the choice that we told you is the good one, you're a bigot. Like, huh? Which is what Neil Druckmann literally said when people were criticizing The Last of Us 2. He was saying things like, oh, if you're criticizing Last of Us 2, you're a bigot. What an idiot.
It's been a rough year. Why does Phil always have to mention that there's a tip scroll on
Okay.
game? Why does he have to mention if it's...
How is that any fucking different from you saying that if anyone criticizes you, they're fucking some sort of fucking autistic, brain dead, like, you know, basement dwelling fucking Neanderthal? You know? Like any form of like criticism that comes your way, you're fucking like label them as some sort of fucking mentally unhinged person.
La 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 la.
Shut up, bitch!
Okay. Well, there you go. Zelvania says, we have no one to blame but these ideologies creating this hypersensitivity to video games because people recoil more easily these days because they don't trust devs' intentions anymore. You're right. When it used to literally be, hey, you play a game and you're going to have some challenging stuff in it, but that's okay. That's part of the fun experience. It's not the end-all be-all of the game, and it's certainly not going to shove it down your throat. But now when you've seen 10, 20 games from big high-profile studios that tried to shove this stuff down your throat, now you're hypersensitive to it, right? You're like, oh, again? Yeah, again, we're tired of it. We don't want it. I don't want ultra-leftist morals. I don't want ultra-conservative morals. I just want to play a fucking game and have a good time, right? The best thing Naughty Dog could do is to make Uncharted 5 with no fucking agendas. Just make it a fun adventure game that stars Nathan and his daughter. And maybe
So are the bad guys just bad guys because they want to be bad? Is there no reason for the bad guys to be bad guys other than just the fact that you know Nathan Drake exists? So why are we going after him? Like, well, we can't make it political or dramatic or whatever. Or we can't make it left. We can't make it right. We can't make it centrist. Money. I mean, money. Money's the universal motivation. It's all about the money. That could work, I guess.
Yeah, by the end of the game, his daughter picks up the reins as the adventurer, and Nathan truly does retire. A passing of the torch story. No liberal bullshit, and no conservative bullshit. Just have it be a good game. But instead, I almost guarantee you, if Neil's at the helm, which he will be, that he's going to try to do this shit again. Had enough. We just don't care anymore. 36 more left. Did a $2 super chat says, can I pick a subject to talk about? No, but thanks for $2. Okay.
The person that gave him that $5 super chat has not said anything since then. Which makes me think that maybe it's like an IC or something.
When did games become platforms for devs' political views? What happened to just making games with Princess Luna? Yeah. It used to be you make a game that is entertaining first, and then, right, you can have other things involved. Not, oh, this is a way for us to get our agendas and thoughts and values out. And then, hey, maybe if there's a game in there somewhere too, that's good. Right? SR Trumbull, thanks for telling me. He says that there's some cool new games on Steam. I wish I could look at them. The problem is we are just into too many games right now. You know? Like, I'm playing 5 games. 5. That are ongoing playthroughs that we've been playing for a while. Frozen Desert we're 16 hours into. Dragon Quest we're over 40 hours into. RimWorld we're over 40 hours into. Pokemon we're now 20 hours into, roughly. And Retro Rewind, at this point, we're around 15, 16 hours we're getting. Actually, I think it's like 12, 13 hours. So we're at the point where, I mean, I'm now invested in 5 games, and we got 2 new ones coming out. I sadly don't have time to look at others. We bit into games that are so lengthy and so much content that we just can't let go right now until we finish some of these, or if we decide to drop some of these, which we could, if we so choose, but I think people are liking them enough that we don't really want to drop any games right now, right? Sorry, I was looking at my air conditioner temperature in here. I might have to turn it on.
Who fucking cares?
$36 more left at the $2 super chat. Says that was quite rude. I was trying to talk. You can talk. I'm just saying you can't determine what we're talking about, but you can talk if you want. But I'm not gonna let you.
Shut the fuck up!
Thank you very much, Jaira, for the $2 super chat. It says, did I forget about the Indiana Jones villains? I guess he fucking did. You know, I guess he fucking did. You know, I mean, it's just, it's like, it's like, I can't put a fucking finger. You know, is he pretending to be upset about some things just to try and like bait some like people into like wailing him or something? Is he hoping some like? Is he hoping for some like flood of support from people? Say, yeah, Phil made a generic point about saying video games should be for everyone and games shouldn't have like agendas or whatever. I don't know. Oh, Christ alive, man. It's just, it is breaking. Phil is breaking my tiny fucking brain today.
Pick a topic and control the chat. It's funny because the guy who did a $5 super chat and complained about it, I said, okay, so you tell me what you want to talk about. He never responded. So, you know, the most vocal complainer is the person who's also quiet and timid when called out. Someone tipped $2. There's a new game called Replaced that just came out on Steam. It was actually shown all the way back in 2020 and 2021, but it got delayed because the studio was Ukrainian and the Russia war broke out and all that. Oh, I don't remember that at all, Replaced. It doesn't ring a bell. To be honest, I just don't want to look at games right now. I really don't. Because I feel like we're in the midst of so much, it wouldn't even be beneficial for us to look at new games. It's just going to disappoint us because I can't play.
Well, so the fucking passionate gamer, the guy that loves fucking play video games for a fucking living, doesn't want to look at video games right now because he's, oh wow, he clearly has a passion for gaming. He's like, don't show me the new games. I don't want to see any new games. Passionate game on my arse.
You know what I mean? That we're already in the midst of so much going on and so many games being juggled. If I look at more games, it's just going to tease me to want to play more games that I can't play right now. So what I would say is, let's focus on trying to finish a couple of games, right? Let's try to get to the end of Dragon Quest. Let's try to get to the end of Retro Rewind. And once we get through some of these, then maybe we can look at other games for the rotation, okay?
Boo!
36 more left. Another $2 super chat says, oh, sorry, I thought this entire stream was new. You thought that you could just say, hey, I want to change the entire topic of what's being discussed, and I would just say, okay.
Well, they asked if they could. You offered somebody to bring to... so, you offered somebody in your chat to suggest a talking point. Somebody else asked if they could suggest something to talk about instead. You said no. If they're new, you could understand their confusion. So, is it like you're coming across here as a fucking dick? More so than usual. Also, 36 more left deserves to get mocked because I fucking giving Phil money, more money, and more money just to fucking say this shit.
I mean, if you want to, go ahead, present a topic, and we'll see what we want to talk about. We are building up good attendance for Crimson Desert, for the record. We're already over 200 viewers and climbing, so it's serving its purpose. All right, another $2 super chat. Can I ask a question? You can always ask a question. I'm not necessarily going to answer it, or you might not like my answer if I do, but you can always ask a question. The fact that
this guy's a fucking idiot. This is not a fucking fan. There's no way. This is fucking one of his fucking whale socks.
You have such a build-up to asking the question leads me to believe that it's not going to be a very good one. Just saying.
That's true. I'm a dunce. I'm a dunce. Yes, that's true. He's a pedophile.
Of course, I would say that you don't need to fucking send a super chat to ask a fucking question.
I'm a dunce.
You know, but Phil is not going to tell them that, of course.
Egregious cross-dresser. Yes, that's true. I'm a dunce. I'm a dunce. Yes, that's
Will there be gaming today or just yapping? The gaming comes after the yapping. We have to yap first. Here you go.
No, you fucking don't.
36 more left. The $2 super chat says, what's your views on Trump? My general views? My general views on Trump have never changed. Okay?
Oh, that should be good. This should be fucking good. All right. Let's see. Let's fucking see, Phil. What do you make of the Orange Man?
So you might not realize this, but I had dealings with Donald Trump ages ago, before he was ever a presidential candidate. I used to work for a helicopter company, okay?
Oh my fucking God.
And our company dealt with aftermarket care for helicopters. Meaning, let's say you were a company that owned a helicopter and you flew it and did missions with it and stuff like that. Let's say your helicopter wore out. One of the blades is damaged or worn out. Something, a bearing is messed up. It needs maintenance or whatever. That's what my company would do. So you would send us your broken part. Or
so you talked to Donald Trump? Wow, Phil. Are you saying you inspired Donald Trump to become president?
Sometimes you even have a place where we maintenance, do maintenance on these helicopters and stuff like that. So Donald Trump's company had a helicopter that they flew all around New York City. Okay, they dealt with our company. All right. So here's how Donald Trump did business. He would demand, claiming that he was more important than everybody else and that he should get special treatment. All right. I should get the blade first before anybody else, even though I'm 10th in line. I should be first in line because I'm Donald Trump. All right. That's how he acted. Then you would eventually give him what he wanted. He would get the part. He would get the maintenance. He would get whatever it is. And then he would fail to pay for it. He would be overdue 1 month, 2 months, 3 months.
Can Phil prove any of this, or is there a potential loss at his hands? Technically speaking here, Phil is potentially flirting here with slander. I'm just saying, this is potentially slander, isn't it?
He would get the maintenance, he would get whatever it is. And then he would fail to pay for it. He would be overdue 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. He just wouldn't pay. To which case his account would actually go into default and we'd say, we're not going to do business with you anymore because you're not paying us for the work we did. Then he would come back when he needed something and be like, our aircraft is AOG, aircraft on the ground, because we critically need a part, we can't fly, we need it immediately. And we'd be like, sorry, you didn't pay your bill. If you pay your bill, maybe we consider doing business with you. Then because he needed something, he would pay the bill. And then we'd say, okay, now we'll do business with you again. And then again, he would demand, well, I'm the most important customer. I want it right away. Well, you're 10th in line again. No, I need it right now. That's how his company operated. Okay? Being that that's the only experience I've ever had with this man and his company, you would assume that's probably how he's gone through his entire life. Okay? Does that sound like someone who you want to do business with? Or someone that you trust? Or someone that is competent to be a leader? Right? I'm just saying, that's my one experience that I had with this guy. All right? Now,
Phil is actually... Phil wants everyone to believe that he talked directly, one-to-one, with Donald Trump multiple times about this.
What is my opinion of him as president? I think some of the things that he's done I agree with, and I think some of the things he's done I completely disagree with.
There's that centrist fucking fence riding right there.
All right? But this isn't a politics show. So I'm not going to sit here and specifically address topics of what he's done, what he hasn't done, what he's done right, what he's done wrong. I don't think he's the worst president we've ever had, but I also certainly think he's far from the best president we've ever had. He lands somewhere in the middle. I will say this, at least he's a man of conviction. He believes certain things. He tries to get things done. He's not one of these lame ducks who just sits around and acts like he's a leader and does nothing. All right? But that could swing both ways, because if he goes too extreme, it could actually, backlash against us as a country, which is actually...
But Phil, he's fucking... I mean, not to get fucking political here, but he was fucking voted in partially for things that he's gone completely 180 against. I'm not gonna get too fucking political here, but he did fucking tell fucking everyone, hey, you vote for Kamala Harris, we're gonna go straight into a war with Iran, she'll drag us into a war with Iran, I'm a president of peace, you know what I mean? And lo and behold, fast forward, we've got a big massive conflict with America and Iran. I'm just saying, he went completely 180 on that shit, saying, it's one. I'm just saying, So Trump isn't exactly a man of convictions, not to me anyway. He's like most politicians, although he's more brash about it because of he's not a politician, he's a businessman. So because he's a businessman, he's more somewhat outright and flamboyant with his self-serving nature, Politicians are like that in general.
Happened and a few of the things he's done, now the world looks at the United States in a much more negative way. All right, and that's not good. But at the same time, at least he did something. I would much rather have someone who's taking action and trying to do things for the better of the country than someone who just sits around and does nothing, or even worse, a president who's just a tool. All right? A president who just sits there, does what he's told, because that's what his job was to begin with. That's how he got elected. Not because he actually cares, because he wants to improve life for Americans, but instead because he is a tool of a party. that has happened recently. We've had presidents like that, okay? So I'm glad that he's not that, but at the same time, don't necessarily think that he's the smartest guy in the room, if you know what I mean. So, there you go.
Take that, MAGA.
So 36 more left in another $2 super chat. I said tea or coffee. So growing up, my mom...
Jesus fucking Christ. Sideways, if you want to use your full house ticket, you're welcome to. It's up to you. It's entirely up to you, Sideways, you know? But yeah, this is starting to fucking get cringe as fuck.
Always had us drinking tea in the house. No lie. Every morning I'd have a cup of tea with my breakfast. Like this was...
Sideways is calling it. Sideways is cashing in their full house ticket. Sideways is cashing in the full house ticket. Starting. Okay. More so than usual. More so than before. Yeah, there we go. Actually, I didn't even realize we had 5 free spaces even before that. Because I forgot to count Meth Bear's tip as a free space as well from now on. So the good news is that the full house ticket from Sideways Welshman has been used and cashed in. You know, we've won bingo, you know, and because we cashed in the full house ticket, the free spaces will carry over to tomorrow.
Burger. There
we go. All the burgers are burgered.
Full house. Oh boy, how exciting. Anyway.
So yeah, we'll reset a big counter, we'll reset a Sip, Snorts and Burps counter, but of course, the free spaces shall remain because those will carry over for tomorrow. So good stuff indeed. Anyway, we're done with the bad man. Fucking hooray for that. Yeah, my chat broke because I disconnected it earlier on. I just fucking fix the chat on Rothwell. There we go. Let's go live DSP and see how the bad man's doing, shall we?
Egg is in this game.
He sounds miserable, as usual. He looks so miserable playing video games. Is he gonna die? Surely not. Nah, he's got good health, I think. He's got good health. Oh, he got poked in the back.
Can't see anything.
Blind old bastard. So there we go. The bad man is on $90 in support so far for Crimson Desert. Although it does have like over 2 hours to go until, you know, to try and get some more. So there we go. And also he's not paying attention to his stream chat because Demon Souls Cheerio is spamming the YouTube chat. And Phil's too busy focusing on the combat of the game, I guess. So there we go. Oh god almighty. Yep, he said Crimson Desert's combat is too easy, just hold one button, exactly. I thought Phil would have fucking talked about Crimson Desert, the big talking point on like Twitter X. Somebody apparently has played the game for 300 hours and they're upset that there is a lack of like end game content after 300 hours. If I've been playing a game for 300 hours, but generally speaking, I'll fucking find it hard to do other things once you get to the end of a game. It's like when you get to the end of Billy, for example, when you play Billy, a wonderful game. Billy's a fantastic game. Brilliant game, fantastic story. But you get to the end of the game of Billy, and it's the endless summer mode. And it's like, well, now what? Now what do you fucking do? You know, it's just, you know. There's a lot of games that when you fucking finish a game, it's like, can you keep playing it, or is that it? You know? Even GTA has that sort of fucking issue, you know? And yeah, it's less no in-game content and more enemies don't respawn so the world just becomes empty. Although aren't Crimson Desert working on that? Aren't they going to do a patch where you can have like respawnable bosses and camps and enemy camps or whatever? So yeah, I think the game, I mean, that is something you've got to praise the game devs for. Like, they're listening to all this fucking feedback they're getting and they're actively doing something about it to try and give people what they're asking for to make the game more enjoyable for them, you know? It is very refreshing, you know? Some game devs will take a long time to potentially implement these things. But Sonny, we've won. So Sideways used their full house tickets. We've won bingo. So we're going to do marbles now. We're actually about to do marbles in a second or two. So yeah, rise and shine, Sonny. Yeah, but yeah, you're just in time for marbles. And also, yeah, so yeah, you basically skipped the worst part. You managed to fucking dodge like the worst part of the fucking stream, arguably. But we have to do marbles now. Before we do marbles, let me just check the community post to see if there's any brand new marbles to be added. But yeah, and Phil started talking about how... Well, you missed Phil talk about dealing with Donald Trump. According to Phil, he personally was involved in dealing directly with Donald Trump on multiple occasions when he worked at Sikorsky. And Phil had a negative impression of Donald Trump over his multiple encounters with him. Believe that if you will. Anyway, we don't have any new marbles to add, so we can just go to the random community maps. Hit random! And the map we have for today's Full House Marble Run is called Mighty Throng Trouble, made by She's Trying 33. It has a 43% elimination rate and has an average finish time of just under 3.5 minutes. Let's fucking start up and see who's going to be winning marble today. But there we go. What, are we upside down? Are we dropping? Are we... What is this? Oh, there it is. I was like, where is the course? It's like fucking past the fucking city. Someone built this. Holy shit, man. I feel like we're not going to drop down here because you'll probably get stuck here. We'll probably end up like, you know, following this way, I imagine, over the city. What is this? What? Wait, I just seen the finish. That is nasty. Is that like the fucking... Yeah, this is an incredible scene. This is based off the Incredibles movie. That's the Underminer's fucking drill. Okay? This is... I guess this is Dash. Fucking... Or I don't know. I don't know. Or is it Bob? Not sure who that would be. This... over there, you've got the fucking... I'm trying to remember the character, the fucking names. Was that Bob over there? Okay. Who's this? The daughter. I'm trying to remember the names. Dash is up there. Yeah, there's Dash there. That was Bob up there. That and Violet's second there. That's it. And then the fucking baby with the laser eyes. What's the baby name? Jack? What is the baby called Jack? Yeah, Jack. That's what it's like. And then the finish line involves Helen, Mrs. Incredible. Where you seem to get fired directly into a fucking big style Latina booty. Like, for lack of a better phrase. Like, what the hell is this map? Like, why? I mean, alas, the girl can manipulate those cheeks, I guess, in any way they can. For God's sake, how the hell do we end up with this fucking map? It's cursed. Is that a UFO, for fuck's sake? Oh, is that the thing from the... That'll be a thing where he's getting chased by these guys and these saucers and he's running... That'll be that. Yeah. This is pretty fucking cool. This is actually... I mean, actually, there's a lot of effort going into this. The end is kind of sus a bit, you know. This is a whole lot of effort went into this. I really appreciate this. I'm really glad to take time to fucking look at this fucking map. Right, here we go. This map will decide who wins today's Full House Marvel Bingo and all that. So here we go. Oh, we do drop down. But it looks like the rocks are transparent. So not transparent, but you can go through them. Okay. So all the marbles are dropping down right now. Let's just drop down with them here. Zoso and Warren and Damien as well, and BST are all there here. But Damien and Zoso are storming ahead here. Oh, Warren as well. BST and Warren. In first place. In second place, respectively. But here we go. Warren, so far your marble is doing quite well. You've been blown backwards. BST got blown off and so did Warren. The explosions are taking out some people. Who's winning then? I think... Zoso's... Hold on, who's winning? Who's going to get out of here first? There's two different tumble drives of doom here. Who's getting it first here? Damien! So, wait, where are we? Holy shit, Damien, yeah, you're winning. Damien's winning right now. Bill Braskedo's competing for first place. We just got past the part where Dash was, I think. No, Dash is up here. No, Dash is gone, actually. Dash is up there at the top. Wait, yeah, okay, we've done the Dash part already. Bill Braske is in first place. I'm trying to follow Bill Brask here. Damien's also there. Deal's there. Sonic is going to overtake, I think. It's a very close race. We're going past Jack and his laser eyes of doom. For God's sake. Sonic is winning right now. But there's barrels, there's supposed to barrels in the way. Someone go hit bits. Sonic is on! Sonic has been fired out the fucking thing altogether. Bill Brasky retakes first place. The explosive barrels are doing a number here. Major of India has caught up and is fighting for first place. Chori Taint not far behind in third place. Brian A on our side here. And Ulf the Arbalist. It looks like there's a straight fucking shootout between Bill Brasky and Major of India as they rotate down and more and going in circles here. Major of India has overtaken Bill Brasky, trying to get back in the lead there. But yeah, Major of India has a huge advantage here as they head towards the home straight. But been slowed down by the deep snow. Can anyone catch up? Bill Brasky is so close behind. Chori Taint is also there. There's a couple more obstacles in the way. Major of India has been slowed down, but they managed to make it through. Can they survive this? They have been slowed down here, and they've avoided the barrels though. Chori Taint has overtaken! What a snipe! What a snipe from Chori Taint! Out of nowhere! And you! Oh my goodness me, that's a hell of a finish. Who doesn't fucking want to finish in those cheeks? Oh, no, sorry. I said it wrong. 8 tons in the air. Oh, so Chori Taint in first place, Major of India in second place, Damien in third place, fourth was Sideways Welshman, fifth place was 1992 Space Movie, sixth was Bacon Pancake, seventh was Tom, eighth was Broside Phil, ninth was the Mad Max, and 10th was Ula Pop. So there we go. There's your top 10 right fucking there. Oh hell. Monkai, you didn't miss much with the show, although it just felt being fucking obnoxious and hypocritical as per usual. So yeah, all these marbles are having a great time, one by one. Ellen's taking it all, one by one as they come firing towards her. Oh, there's my marble. Got to experience it, there we go. So yeah, the last few marbles are going across the finish. The Josh Rager couldn't make it in time, but Chori Taint's marble won though. Well done. Well done. Jesus man. Chori Taint, your marble victorious today, well done to you. And other marbles to finish, of course, you got David Riley and Cell Shader. Where is everyone else? Aussies Gaming Euro 17th place, Blood 19th. So where's the other marbles here? Dummit, you were 35th. Twilight, you were 36th. Where else is everyone? Fuck you, man. What a bizarre course. Darkside Ranta, you're 52nd place. Pixar is 56th. Scroptic is 61st. That was me in 63rd place. So, yeah, no finishes for almost half the course. So, yeah, a whole bunch of marbles didn't finish. Sonny, you didn't finish in time. Now did Marcus Shaughnessy, Puddy, Beans for you, Culimp and Jade, both perish as well. So did Moki, Yorkshire Walker, BST, Warren, of course, saw it as well start. So there we go. What matters most, of course, was Chori Taint was first place. So there we go. Goodness me. So yeah, sorry, you didn't miss much, sorry. Basically, Bingo started after a lot of ranting and raving from me. Then, not long after I started Bingo, my internet fucking died suddenly. So I spent 5 minutes trying to get my internet sorted. We came back and played Bingo, and we got bored by Phil, by him being Phil, you know, and that was it basically. So there we go. You didn't really miss much in the grand scheme of things. Phil was like a rerun today, you know. Nothing new of value whatsoever from Phil today. Let's spin this wheel and see what Chori Taint has won for themselves. Will I win a Scottish soundboard pass or a full house ticket or an intro shout out? Chori Taint has won themselves a Scottish soundboard pass. Well done to Chori Taint for achieving such a glorious prize. It means if Chori Taint shows up in the chat at any point in time between now and the next week, and he asks me to press the Scottish soundboard button, I'll have no choice but to oblige and say, okie dokie, here you go.
Come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off.
That is one example of a Scottish soundboard pass.
I shout at spiders in the house. You don't pay rent, fuck off!
That is one other example. So there we go, good stuff indeed. So how's the bad man doing since we fucking left him here? The bad man is, let's see, what's he doing here? So hold on. How's the bad man? Okie dokie, here's some Moki. I mean, Moki is half the Scottish soundboard, you know what I mean? And to be honest, she's the best half of the Scottish soundboard, you know? So yeah, it's like, okie dokie, here's some Moki, that's fucking quality. The bad man's still $90, oh wow, look at that. He seems like he's having a great time, doesn't he? This is somebody who's clearly enjoying their fucking experience right now, playing a fucking video game. Anyway, we're done with the bad man for now. We're going to wrap up there, guys. Thank you very much for joining us some bingo antics. Remember, the 3 spaces we had for today, we'll carry it over tomorrow. Because Sideways used our full house tickets, so there we go. We start off tomorrow's bingo with 5 free spaces immediately before anything else has even fucking happened. So there we go. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up there. Bingo shall of course return tomorrow. But until then, I'm going to end how it always ends, by playing notorious PIG contributions made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations. So until tomorrow, guys, I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and I'll catch you all later. Goodbye.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
Alright, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower? When you're showered in money. When you go outside, all of a sudden, greenbacks start falling from the sky. And you raise your face up, you're like, oh, you start dancing, you go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Alright, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money. Free. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that.